Welcome to Norseman Stadium, home of the Golden Norsemen, the Miami Wardogs, Miami.
Dude, I've been saying that all week. Is it Miami or is it Miami?
It's Miami. We are here in front of a sold-out crowd.
And it's wild.
This 4A3 district game between the Catoosa Indians, 0-6, Miami Wardogs, 4-2. Very, very interesting thing that we got to learn today. Miami's offensive line. They're not very nice. There's some nasty linemen down there.
And you know what? I heard, now I don't know if this is true, but I heard that coaches don't feed them before the game. And the better they play, the more food they get at the end of the night. Don't quote me, but I heard. I don't know if it's a reliable source or not.
Well, that is a good way to motivate your team, especially offensive line, because that's where games are won. You can have all the skill players you want. Games are won in the trenches.
Hey, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Games are won in the trenches. When we were together doing the draft for the All-Star game, that's all I said.
That is right. So this is a unique field. It's a college football stadium. There's a JUCO, junior college here, called the Golden Norsemen here in Miami, Oklahoma. They are a 8-time national champion. Actually, no, I apologize. I think they're like a 16-time national champions here, but they share a field with the Miami High School, and it is a very unique stadium. They've got brand new turf, gorgeous facilities. They've got the Viking boat that the players have to walk down on the other entrance. Very nice night of football. It's going to be a little chilly tonight, especially after halftime.
Get some of that hot cocoa.
Get some of the warm food and the warm drinks. You're going to need it. Here in the 4A3, this is a big game, actually, especially for Miami. A win tonight will put them in the driver's seat for, at the very least, a fourth place finish in a guarantee. That'll get them a playoff spot. Catoosa playing with some fire under their skin. They did lose 51-0, but for those who did not get to watch, that was the most weird 51-0 game I've ever seen.
I think Catoosa played the best game I've ever seen them play.
They played a good game. They could have had more, but here you can see the scores. From last week. Miami 56, Skytook 35. This Miami team does have a pretty good offense. Catoosa 0, Ulaga 51, Cushing 42, Wagner 0. That was a big game because Cushing was ranked number 1 in the state. Wagner was ranked number 3. And then Cleveland loses via forfeit to Tulsa McLean. So here we go. You can see the Week 7 standings. Wow. We're Week 7 already.
It's flying by.
So far, Cushing at the very top. Miami sitting here at number 2. Wagner at 3, Ulaga at 4. Those are your 4 playoff teams if this season ended today. However, McLean there.
That's going to be one we're going to have to watch that because how many more home games do they have and how many teams are going to forfeit those home games?
And not only that, they are good enough to where they could probably trip up a team. They did only lose by 1 to Miami, so they do have a good team. They're sitting there at 3-3. Generally, 4 wins gets you into the playoffs for a conference. This is going to be a conference where we're going to see probably 5, maybe 6 teams get that 3-4 wins, and there's going to be a really good football team in this conference that is not going to get to make the playoffs.
Yeah, one thing I will say about McLean, going back on that, Jonte Timms, probably the best quarterback in this conference. Sorry.
Yeah.
Words are hard sometimes.
Well,
but Jonte Timms showed out hard.
So right now, McLean is at Cushing. That's going to be a game right there that decides if McLean can pull that off. They're guaranteed a playoff spot because they're going to play the number 1 team in the state. If they get a win with that, that's huge. Cleveland's at Wagner. Go ahead and write that one up for Wagner. Catoosa here in Miami and Ulaga on the road against Skytook. That's a huge rivalry game as well. Their schools not very far apart. However, I will say this, upset alert. Skytook and Ulaga. I like Skytook. I got to see a little bit more film on them. They're a little bit better than I had originally anticipated. However, Ulaga, 4th quarter and not a single player holding hands on hips. They're in shape. They're conditioned.
Ulaga on that one all day long.
So that's going to be a good game here. That is your week matchups here for Week 7.
Wild.
We're going to go ahead and show you some of the weather. Kickoff is going to be around 68 degrees. Halftime, 65 degrees. The final score will be 61. And fun fact, if you are told that you have a 40% chance of rain, it is actually a 100% chance of rain. 40% of your area is getting rain. So
You've told me that.
That's right. We are sitting right now tonight at a 10% chance. As it gets colder, this could harpen the Catoosa offense a little bit because they do like to throw those quick RPOs. Their quarterback has a broken wrist on his non-throwing hand. He uses it as a weapon to throw stiff arms. This is going to be a pretty high-scoring affair. If there is ever a good team to get tripped up at home, this is one of those games. If Miami doesn't play their normal brand of football, which is very tough physical defense and a hard-nosed run game, the way that Catoosa played last week with everyone coming back that is now healthy, they're a dangerous team. They're winless, but they're still dangerous.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see how Catoosa comes out here and performs, especially being on the road. You know, we talk a lot about Duggar, but my player to watch this game is number 2, Russell Duggar's little brother, Dylan Duggar. I follow him on Twitter, and he said this game is going to be different. He said they're all bought in now.
I love it. I love it. And it's very, honestly, it's weird that you can get a team who's 0-6, and in week 7, you've got these players who are excited, and they're saying that now we're bought in.
Yes.
Something happened in that locker room, and I'm willing to bet it was a senior player, some leadership. Somebody finally took accountability. I think they're going to be a dangerous team tonight, but next week, if they could put together 2 back-to-back weeks of playing hard football and hustling and trying to win a football game at all costs, moving forward for the younger class is going to be very good for Coach Hood's football team.
Absolutely, and I think what really lit a fire in them is looking at how they played last week and seeing this is the football team. Granted, the score might have been 51-0, but like you said, that was the weirdest 51-0.
It was very weird.
Catoosa came out there, and I'm going to say it as an OU fan, I think Catoosa could have given OU a run for their money.
And so here we go. We are now set to kick off. Catoosa will kick the ball. Miami will receive. Catoosa will receive the ball to start the second half. They're rocking the gray on black. Miami rocking the blue and black. Going to be some good football here. Brand new turf. I think the turf is only about 2 or 3 years old. And here we go. We get the kick. It is up. It's a surprise. I think that meant to be a surprise onside that turned into a squib. Nonetheless, they will kick the ball down the field. Miami will recover and start their opening possession on the 28-yard line. Matt, do you think that was maybe a missed opportunity for a surprise onside kick, or do you think he meant the squib?
I think it was a missed opportunity for an onside kick there. You know, he kind of looked like he went to the side of his foot as opposed to the tip of his foot. So whether it was a squib or an onside, it was not meant to go in the backfield. So Catoosa starting out pretty all right so far.
All right, and here we go. This is going to be the first offensive play of the game. Quarterback is in shotgun. Takes the snap, rolls out to the right, and he is going to get about a 2-yard, maybe a 3-yard gain. Something interesting, Matt, everybody is trying to run the football to the side. They want to get off tackle on this Catoosa defense, because one thing this Catoosa defense does have going for them is that interior defensive line is hard to move.
Absolutely. Gunnar Wilson playing number 52 tonight for Catoosa. I'm looking to see him have a game of his career so far. I watched him in the warm-ups. Homie is ready to go.
All right, we're going to get the ball moved to about 2 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd down here for Miami, and there is a flag on the play. Teams are sporting the pink for breast cancer awareness. You can also catch out a cool one-time thing. I don't know if the NCAA is going to fine Oregon for it, but Oregon is actually bringing out the pink uniforms.
Wow.
And that's going to be interesting because they are actually going to donate. They anticipate to get fined, and if they are, they're going to match what the NCAA fines them to charity. So I think that's a pretty cool thing. That is a pretty neat. But here we go. That's going to give them the first down for Miami. They're going to be in shotgun. Twins set down to the short side of the field. They do have a tight end up to the wide side of the field. and they're going to run some quarterback power, and there he goes up the middle of the field, gets the key block, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Miami Wardogs. 6-0 for the quarterback, Carson Jinks, the senior.
Well, you know, it happens like this often, but I will say.
And here's a replay, Matt. You can see they're wanting to run, and that's something similar to what Oologah ran last week on offense. And if you can remember, all the way back to that first Stigler game, week 1, they ran a little bit of that, and they had some success. When Catoosa brought those linebackers down and changed to that 4-4 defense with one safety, then they started throwing those plays and those crossing routes. So here we go. We're going to get the point after. Catoosa has blocked 2 point afters this year. Almost 3. Field goal. Sorry, the point after is good. This is going to be a 7-0 game with 10:55 left in the first quarter.
Now it's our opportunity to see how Russell Duggar comes out and, you know, shows his leadership. And maybe I want to see him come out and play like he did last week. If he can play like that, like he did last week, hey, Catoosa's in it.
Well, Miami is up 7-0. That offensive line, these what looks like to me a bunch of wrestlers in football pads. These kids were out there.
I don't know what they're feeding them in Miami, but
these are some big kids down here on this offensive line. Their linebackers and tight ends are the size of the offensive line, so I'm excited to see. I have been told their offensive line and Miami's linebackers were just a part of the team that you have to keep an eye on because they love physicality. One thing that Catoosa has struggled a little bit this year is they do have some flashy plays, but when it was time for them to get physical and get that extra yard, they have not been able to find the player to rely on this year.
You know, another thing that they've really struggled with is penalties. Penalties, and turnovers.
And here's the kick by Shane Douthit. Probably said his name wrong, but we're going to pretend we said it right. Catoosa's going to take the ball and cross it over past the 30, try to get a field. Get stood up, and they're going to go down at the 32-yard line. Catoosa will now get offense. Chance to score a touchdown. Matt, fun fact, Catoosa's quarterback, Mr. Duggar, wearing the 9 and the cast on his non-throwing hand, was a preseason Vipe top 100 player at quarterback. He's had some injuries this year. He's not had the numbers that he had last year, and he's at one point we thought he lost his starting job to a freshman.
The
Brody. So he's gotten his job back. He looked very comfortable last week in that pocket.
Yes.
And as you can see there, that has been an issue with his receivers, admittedly. They have been struggling to bring in the quick screens. The receivers are not bringing the ball in. There was a couple of opportunities last week where we thought one of those screen passes could have taken off for 6. They had some alleyways. Those linemen were getting out there in the flats. They just could not bring the pass in. So here we go, 2nd and 10. Catoosa has the ball. They're going to get in their favorite formation, shotgun twins. It looks like we've got some sign language going on with the refs.
Sign language. Here we go. Here we go with your funny things.
Here we go. We're going to be in shotgun formation. And they're going to pull the guard and the tackle, and he's going to make the wrong read. And that's going to be a loss of gain. And they sent every linebacker. They brought the house.
You said something about how they like physicality. I've seen them so far, even on the kickoff, just demolish the line.
Yes, they have had one of those. Listen, they've got a unit in that linebacker core. Number 20, Alfred Bailey, the senior. Number 21, Dominic Humble, the junior. And number 22, Chris Kelly, the sophomore, are out there. And they're running this little hybrid 3-3-5 type defense. Almost looks like a 3-4 because they've got a big DN down there. And the ball's thrown up in the air, and it is caught, brought down for about a 15-yard gain. A Duggar to Duggar connection, a player that you said to keep an eye on, Matt.
Yeah, that's a pass brought down by Dylan Duggar.
As you can see the replay, he knew where that ball was going. And he threw it over there, and he put it up in the sky for him to get. Had the interception last week after he dropped the pick 6.
Yeah.
And once he dropped that interception last week, he played lockdown defense to the point where Oologah just stopped throwing to his side, and they started running that ace formation. So here we go. Duggar's going to drop back. He's going to throw one up to the air, and it's caught. Oh, and it's dropped for sure. Was going to get inside the 10 or had a touchdown waiting. He beat that corner.
Yeah,
Looks like
for sure.
a weak spot here is the matchup for Catoosa. If they can get the ball off and they can avoid that heavy blitz that Miami sends, they've got a chance to put some points up, because if there were a weak spot on this defense, it looks like so far for Miami is going to be the corner position.
Yeah, Tanner Casey, number 20 for Catoosa. He is fast now.
Watch for the motion here. And there he goes. Barnett's in motion. They're going to hand the ball. He's going to fake it. He's going to tackle for loss. Got a 2-yard gain. And I think all the Miami defense had an RSVP in the backfield in that play, because they all checked in.
Something was off with that play. It was a design play, run play of some sort, but all the linemen were 10 yards downfield with nobody to block.
Well, it seems to me that so here's the thing. When you've got a trips to short side and you're bringing someone in motion from the wide side, he's the only receiver over there, the D-line can shift, the corner can blitz, the safety can blitz. You immediately take away the opportunity to keep the defense honest, because there's only two things that you can do in that situation. And they're going to get Barnett for the second time tonight dropping a pass that hits his hands. Listen, I'm going to quote the great Jerry Rice. It doesn't care if you've got 9 fingers on your hand or 3. That ball hits your hand, it's a catch.
What?
And that's a shout out to our cameraman Jay Hancock and my co-host / best friend Matt Edwards, who are both missing a pinky. And here we go, 4th down. Punt team out on the play. They get to run. Oh, and he drops it. Does a little juke move and gets the punt off, and it actually turns out to be a good punt.
I think that's his best punt of the season.
Inside the 20, rolling down to the 16. Matt, as you can see,
we go back on the replay. Watch this. Watch the punter break this guy's ankles.
Fakes the left, jukes him out. The juke of the night is the punter.
Wow.
We're going to have to keep an eye on that, because that might be the play of the night. Because you get those long touchdown runs in high school all the time. But when do you get a punter who jukes out the blitz? Not very often.
You think that old Carson Jinx is going to take it to the house by himself again?
I do. We have the same name, and he's a good
differently.
football player. He spells it with a K, I spell mine with a C, so he's got a little bit more finesse. But there you go, that outside run, Matt. That's going to be something Miami's going to want to key on all night long. And just to tell you how physical that Miami offensive line is, they just pushed their own running back down to the ground because he got in their way.
Yeah, you know, Gunnar Wilson was the one who tackled him there. I've said that before, and I'll say it again all night. Gunnar Wilson has a motor now. This guy doesn't stop. He'll play all night. Matter of fact, I went down and traded spots with Jay last week, and I was down there talking to Gunnar. Even though they were losing, he still had a smile on his face. He was having the time of his life.
And here we go. We're going to get the quarterback run off the tackle again, and he's going to make a cut up the sideline, and he's going to lay the hit on number 4, Michael Barnett.
Yeah,
this quarterback, Carson Jinx, is here to let you know that he is not playing around. And here's a replay, Matt. They're going to get those receivers are essentially out there blocking, and every now and then you're going to see them go deep. They want to run the option. They want to run some quarterback power. They don't care that you know that what they're going to run. They're going to run it anyways, because this head coach, Zach Gardner, has such a disciplined offense in this Miami Wardog team, who for years were kind of the laughing stock for a dropped down from 5 at one point.
Oh, big number 51.
He is in there making the play. Look, staying on his feet, trying to make something happen, and you can see the reinforcement come in from the Catoosa defense.
Jaden Slayer is his name. That's a name we haven't called. I don't know why he's playing, why he hasn't been playing, but Jaden Slayer is his name. With last name like Slayer, you've got to be good.
And that is something that you want to see more of. And down there on the defensive line for Catoosa, number 52 has been everywhere all season long.
Oh, yeah.
He is
Gunnar Wilson,
one of the best wrestlers in the state. And he's down there playing defensive line and sometimes playing D-tackle. He's just out there as a football player. And here we go, straight up the middle. The running back is gone. He is jogging into the end zone, and that is a touchdown. And there it is, that shotgun. Listen, they're going to run the option. They're going to lull you to sleep. Then they're going to just use that physicality that they got at the offensive line. They're going to run it straight up the middle.
You know, and there's something I was going to say about Catoosa this week. They look like they have four defensive linemen, which is something that they've done a little bit of this year. I don't know if they've done it a lot, but I noticed that the size is different. 51 and 74 are both in there. Last week, we did not see that. So they've definitely prepped for something, in like runs up the middle.
And number 75, Hayden Miller, who's a sophomore, by the way, got about 15 yards downfield and was waiting for a safety or corner to come up so we can get that key block. And they're going to bring someone in motion on a point after. Don't know why you do that. That doesn't make sense.
That's cheating.
So here we go. Looks like they're going to send the Dogs back in, and they're going to go for 2.
Disrespectful.
I guess they wanted to kick from the 1-yard line instead of the 2-yard line.
It'd be that way sometimes, you know. Did the refs throw a flag on themselves? Oh, I see. My bad. I was looking at it. I was like, wait.
So here we go. The ball is on the 1-yard line. Instead of the point after, they're going to go for 2. Matt, I think it's very clear what this Wardogs team wants to do. They want to end this game early, and they're sending everybody in. They are going to be aggressive, and they're going for a home run on every play.
Oh, no pitch.
Nice little speed option there for the 2-point conversion.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, number 8 for Miami, Shane, he not only was the one who scored the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but he was also their kicker when he was out there on the extra point.
And something that's cool about this, if you're, listen, you've got the best resource in the world. When you share a college stadium as a high school football team, you're going to have the college players who are down here in the end zone watching your game. You're going to have some of the coaches who are just going to walk right across maybe 15 feet from their office and watch this football game and see what players they can pluck out of here in Miami. Historically, have always had really good offensive players. Fun fact, did you know Miami, Oklahoma is home to Steve Owens, the Heisman Trophy winner out of the University of Oklahoma?
I did not.
And now you do.
Dude,
Also,
full of fun facts.
You're full of fun facts. And
I want to put your voice in my Alexa so I can have random fun facts of the day by Carson.
Listen, I am all about it. Chuck Norris usually kills 2 stones with 1 bird. There's another fun fact.
Wow.
And here we go. We've got the kickoff, and it's going to be a pooch up to about the 20. It's going to bounce off his feet. The ball's on the ground, and Catoosa will manage to recover the football. This game is getting ugly fast, and this seems to be a trend for the Catoosa Indians. Their first 2 possessions, they're going to let you know how they're going to play for the rest of the game.
The player down from Catoosa, number 65, I'm just going to be straight up with you. He got laid out.
Leveled, and that's
he's
the thing
he's going
that
down for it. Yeah, he's going to sit down.
And by the way, I also want to bring out number 71, offensive lineman for Miami, is a freshman.
Jeez, that's a big freshman.
They've got some big
There ain't no way that kid's a
linemen
freshman.
down here.
His parents held him back in the 3rd grade so he could be that
Big
size.
linemen. And with the player down, we are going to go to a quick break so we can hear a word from our sponsors, and we will be right back.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
Hi, Peyton Hillis here for Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing. I've scored for the Hogs and for the NFL, but now my whole family has scored big finding this amazing store. Ozark Sportsman has everything a sportsman wants. The best firearm selection and gun safe choices anywhere in Northwest Arkansas. And a 15-lane indoor range and so much more. Ozark Outpost Clothing has all the hot boutique brands for women. And hey guys, our favorite brands also. Score big savings on top brands and follow me to Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing.
The College of Education at Northeastern State University prepares educators, mental health providers, and fitness or health professionals with undergraduate and graduate programs. Choose from degrees in elementary, secondary education, special education, health and human performance, psychology, and more. Be ready from day one at Northeastern State University.
And we are back. Matt, it's always good to see a player who does get injured. We don't want to see them injured, but when they do, it's always nice to see them get up and walk to the sidelines on their own.
Absolutely.
So that is very good to see. He was down for a minute, got up, and then fell back down. Looked like he was in a lot of pain. So we are excited to see that he is okay.
Oh, we're doing something weird
looks like
here.
we've got a little trick play here. And we've got an offensive lineman in at quarterback, and they're going to run the same type of offense that they brought out against Tulsa Edison just a couple of weeks ago, and they had some success where they brought in an offensive lineman who rushed for almost 75 yards in a game. But now they're going to bring out their original offense. Matt, what do you think the purpose of that was?
Just throw them off, get them off their feet there for a second, kind of throw them off balance. Maybe see if they can't get a score out of it. Look to Dylan Duggar here, number 2, right here close to us.
Duggar's going to roll out, and he's going to throw to his brother. And that's going to be good for a Catoosa first down.
I called that one.
And we're going to get the chains to move. Something that, does not come very easily for...
I'm happy that they're moving the chains, and I'm glad that they've only had 2 penalties, one down there on the extra point, but I won't count that one. So one penalty so far on defense, and I'm excited here. I'm glad the Catoosa's looking like this.
Hopefully they woke up 15-0 in the first 4 minutes of the game. It's not something you want to travel an hour for. But here we go. We're going to run a quick RPO. They finally get the ball out to Barnett in open space for,
Look at him go.
The first time all season. 15 yards on the play, and that is something they have struggled all season. That is one of their best players, one of the best athletes in this conference, and they finally get him the ball in open field.
And I told him that after their loss in a homecoming game against McLean. I told Barnett at the end of the game, you're one of the best players on the team. And I'd like to see them hand you the ball more, because when you get in open space, you're done. You ain't going to catch that kid.
And here they go. They're going to bring him in formation. They got a tight end wide open, and he catches it. 15 more yards. We're going to move the chains. Matt, they have as many first downs on this drive than I think they did last week. Offensively, they were struggling, but now they're moving down the ball, and this is something they've had great success on any team they faced all week. That tight end, that play action from the jet sweep, and they hit the tight end in open field. On that play, they are 7 for 7.
That's it.
All season.
I like that. Number 15, Kevin Spaveda. I don't know if I'm getting it correct, but I hope I am.
Here we go. We're going to get a drop. He's going to just throw one up on the double move, and the ball's up, and it's caught. He stays on his feet, and it is a touchdown. Play of the year. Unbelievable. And we've got the replay here. Even our cameraman, we are just, wow.
Just the knowledge to get down. Oh, well, I'm still standing. I'm going to run to the touchdown. Wild to me. Good play, man.
That was unbelievable. The corner completely bit on the hook. It was actually a double move. Quarterback takes a shot, throws it up. He gets hit by 2 people in the air, and it looks like he falls on his knees, but he falls in a crouched position, turns around, and goes into the end zone.
Oh, they missed.
And now we've got a flag.
There we go. Legend Lore is the one, number 28, who caught that ball and ran with it there for the Catoosa.
Go ahead and give him a shout-out, Matt, because that is the play of the year.
Legend Lore. Hey, that's a legendary play, my guy.
What a name. What a play. Wow. Unbelievable. And so with the point after being missed, we're going to get the offense who's going to come back out on the field. They themselves are going to go for 2.
Hey, I like this. I like this.
I love the aggressiveness. They are coming out. They've got nothing to lose, Matt. They came out, and that is the second double move that we've seen tonight. The first one didn't connect because he got tackled in the backfield. What a play.
Russell Duggar's looking great. Michael Barnett just with the physicality down there on the other side.
They've got the offensive lineman in. They're going to run that offensive line QB sneak, power, run play, wildcat, whatever you want to call it. A mixture of everything. They're going to get the 2-point conversion, and now we've got a ball game.
If their defense comes out here and play like their offense, we're in for it.
Fellas, he ran that straight up the center's crack. He knew where that was supposed to go. They got the 2 points. Very costly by Miami because they missed the point after. This could be 15-6. Wow, what a insane, intense change of events.
I'm stoked right now. This is wild. And broadcasting, we're not supposed to we're supposed to be biased. We're supposed to, not have a team that we like, but following Catoosa and getting to know these guys personally, on a personal level, I have no choice but to, want to see them win, and to watch them play like this is just I feel like a proud dad almost.
They've had every excuse in the world to quit, and they could have given up tonight. Instead, they want to go for that first win, and they are playing not up to the potential they've had, but that last drive, that looked the best they have been all season long.
Looking at the crowd down here, and some of these parents and people are just looking like, what is going on?
Here we go. We're going to get the kick. The ball it's a surprise onside, and Catoosa recovers the football, and they're going to get the ball on the 50-yard line.
Hey, whoa, you guys gotta chill that one out.
Oh,
that's a bad
wow. I think somehow that ball came loose, and now Miami has been given the possession. Wow. So we're going to get, here's the replay.
First and 10, Wardogs at the Catoosa 49.
We're having some technical difficulties from the van in the parking lot.
It does not say free tacos on it like I wanted it to.
So Miami survives what's going to be a controversial call tonight. They're going to get the football. Quarterback's going to drop back in the pass. Carson Rose to his left. He's going to throw it deep in his own. Almost brought in one-handed.
That should have been a pass interference on both. Let's be real
They
here.
are going to just let them play. No flag, no catch, second down, and the ref hits the cheerleader with the football. All is good here in Miami, Oklahoma.
I do love all the pink in the stands.
There's a lot of pink.
Pink out game. The head coach is wearing a pink fluorescent hoodie you buy from Walmart. I used to wear those back when I used to build roads.
They're going to bring the big backs in at shotgun formation, running the power wrap. He's got some linemen, and he breaks it free for a first down, and we're going to move the chains. Matt, how costly do you think that onside kick getting recovered by Miami is going to come back later in the game?
I honestly, Carson, I don't think it really matters because they're gonna march down the field. This offensive line is wild. The backers here for Miami is top notch in the 4A. I don't think it really mattered, honestly.
Oh, and we got a low snap. Avoids the tackle, but he is going to be stopped for what seems to be a 4-yard loss, making this 2nd and 14 on the bad snap.
Wrapped up by number 8, Seth Charles.
And, and that's been an issue with Catoosa, is missing their first tackle all year. They do have a team that does pursue.
Absolutely.
They struggle getting the first tackle. They always miss that first tackle, it seems. And they've not had a lot of sacks this year due to that problem.
So number 63 comes in for Catoosa as a defensive tackle. I think that'll be Juan Leon. So they got 52 and 53 on the roster mixed up for those of you following along.
Here we go. Carson's going to drop back and pass, avoid the sack. Pump fakes the screen. He's going to make a run and probably get 6 yards. 7, giving them an extra yard there. I guess he stayed in bounds longer than what it looked. Brings up 3rd down.
Number 56, Boomer Lovins. He was the one that came in as quarterback. He missed a great opportunity to sack that quarterback 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And it looks like he just gave up on the play. My guy, why are you giving up on the play?
Something you cannot have. This is a big game, and you're looking the best that you've looked all season. It's 15-8. You've got Miami a little on the ropes at home here in the first quarter.
I know he has speed.
And here we go. We're going to get that quarterback power again. And he's going to be tackled for a yard loss. Brings up 4th down by number 4, Michael Barnett, the senior.
Yes.
This will bring them back 1 yard. Brings up 4th down.
4th and 9.
Offense is staying on the field. Matt, they are playing ultra aggressive. They do not want to give Catoosa any reason to think that they are still in this ball game.
I think Carson's going to take this one up the middle here. They're going to go back to old trusty. You know that meme where SpongeBob's holding that pin that says "Oh, reliable"? Watch it.
Here we go. Shotgun formation, twin set. Carson rolls out to his right. He's looking, he throws the flood route. Almost intercepted. And it's probably a good thing it wasn't, because he would have got tackled there, and that would have been 10 yards back. Nonetheless, turnover on downs. That was a great zone. So let me tell you something about this play right here. They disguised this as a zone coverage, and we're actually running man. They had the safety help. The corner was supposed to break, and that allowed the outside linebacker to break on that out route. We are seeing a different defense and a different offensive scheme this week, Matt.
You told me I got to really pay attention to the skill players, but my coach always told me don't pay attention to skill players because that's witchcraft and voodoo as far as you're concerned.
Catoosa's going to run the football. They're going to get themselves about 6 yards. That offense coming alive. Catoosa is letting people know they are here to fight.
Yeah, I got to say one thing, though. Their Carson with a K is a lot faster than our Carson with a C.
That's debatable. No, he's much faster. Well, here we go. We've got this little bunch shotgun twin set here. Be looking for the corner routes and the out routes. And there it is. Looks like he may have fell just short.
No, they're going to give it to him.
They're going to give him that yard, and they're going to move the chains.
Dylan Duggar, once again.
And here we go. We've got the replay. Duggar is looking great tonight, looking posed.
Oh, excuse me. That was number 8, Seth Charles.
Seth Charles with the catch. Matt, this is the best Duggar's looked. This is the best offense has looked all week. The best Duggar's looked all week. And here we go. They are running up and hurrying to get the next play, and they do not want Miami to think about what they're going to run on defense. They're going to throw a quick hitch to his brother, the younger Duggar. Good for about 8 yards. Well, these refs are pretty generous tonight on where they're spotting the ball. And it's always nice to see a winless team fighting to get that first win here in front of a sold-out crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. We got number 30 in the backfield with Duggar, your favorite, Michael Blendowski.
He is the key impact player for Catoosa, in my opinion, for the offense. They're going to move him out in motion, and it is almost intercepted. It's a good thing he didn't break his hand punching the turf.
Yeah, you got to be smarter than that.
And I'm telling you, he had that screen down on the flats wide open. That's easily 10 yards if he just checks it down. Getting a little too aggressive. He had 4 guys covering 2 receivers who both quit running their routes. Looked like maybe
down here.
They're trying to read the zone in the soft spot and get in there somewhere to where Duggar can just find an opening. But here we go. It's 3rd and 2. Ball on the 45-yard line with less than a minute to go in the first quarter. Duggar's going to take the snap. He's going to make the read. Gives it to Blendowski. He's going to break some tackles. Stays on his feet, and he's still running. And he's going to pick up just over 10 yards. Gets the first down.
Oh, these coaches over here for Miami are mad. They're like, wrap up. I don't want to tell the people watching at home exactly what they're saying, but essentially along the lines of wrap up.
Matt, this is the first time all season that A, we've seen Catoosa run the no-huddle offense, and B, we've seen them fight for extra yards.
I love it. I haven't sat down yet.
We're going to get the false start. Looks like the timing was off.
That's all right. Catoosa's, we're used to that, a little penalties every now and then, the cheating, but it'll back them up a few yards, and now it's time when you fight adversity.
In this first quarter, in this drive, specifically for Catoosa, is a big moment. They have yet to have back-to-back drives result in touchdowns all season. They're healthy. They've got all the starters in on offense. This is something that's exciting if you're a Catoosa Indian right now, because they are looking to take the fight to Miami tonight. And they're going to hit Barnett, streaking down the field. He makes man miss. He makes 2 man miss, gets the extra 5 yards, takes the ball to the 5. Matt, Barnett has come alive tonight.
I've said it before. I'll say it all night long. I am speechless. Michael Barnett is on fire tonight.
He comes from the slot position, makes 1 man miss, whoop, makes another man miss, to quote the great Chris Berman. We're going to go to the second quarter. Miami up 15-8, but Catoosa is knocking at the front door, and they are here for a fist fight. We're going to go to just a very small, very quick break to hear a word from our corporate sponsors.
The College of Business and Technology at Northeastern State University is where education meets industry. Our in-demand undergraduate and graduate programs have real-world focus with practical workforce applications. Choose from degrees in accounting, marketing, supply chain management, information systems, healthcare administration, data analytics, and more. Lead with experience from Northeastern State University.
And we're back to the start of the second quarter. Matt, what was something that you just caught on that last play?
Michael Barnett showed once again that he is here to play, and he is the best player on this field probably right now, because you cannot tackle him unless you go for his legs. Not only that, he's probably one of my favorite players personally, because he'll sit there and talk to you on a personal level. He's the most humble person on that football field as well that I've had the opportunity to meet.
And he's so far putting up a great performance. There's been a lot of great players ranging from Cam Newton all the way to Steve Owens that have played on this field. Jeremy Shockey, the list can go on. And he wants to add his name to that list, Matt.
Cam Newton played on this field?
He did. When in college, down 23-0, he was suspended from stealing from a quick trip. He comes in the third quarter, leads them to a 24-23 win over Northeastern Oklahoma A&M.
Don't steal from quick trip.
Here we go. They're going to bring that
Boomer
offensive lineman, Boomer Lovin, making a man miss, and he is picked up and slammed down on the 6-yard line.
You know, in the NFL, that would have been a penalty.
He would have done 25 to life for that hit. And we're going to bring the offense back in. Here's a replay. Takes the ball. That looks like that was supposed to be a counter, and the guard just didn't get there fast enough. And I'm telling you what, that linebacker was ready for that. He knew if that guy came back in at quarterback, he was going to do that.
Yeah. Premeditated.
Premeditated murder. Here we go. We're in shotgun. Trips to the left. Running back to Duggar's right. Second and goal. Ball on the 4-yard line. He's going to drop back and pass. Throw the slant off the receiver's hands in the back of the end zone. That ball is going to fly out of bounds. Brings up third and goal, Matt.
Yeah, there's a little bit of – they're letting them play. We'll just go ahead and say that. They're letting them play tonight.
They're letting them play. And Matt, I remember when this field used to be grass back in 2011 when we used to play Miami. This was one of Pryor's biggest rivals. And to see the stadium look the way it is now and the facilities that they have, good for these kids that are in the Miami community.
Absolutely.
Here we go. They're going to have a player in motion, Barnett. They're going to have another false start. The quarterback, the ball is loose. He takes a shot. There is no flags for the false start, and this is actually going to hurt the Catoosa offense with Miami not recovering the football. Catoosa manages to get the ball, brings up fourth down.
What do you do here? Do you go for it, or do you kick the field goal?
Well, I don't think they have a kicker that they can trust for a field goal. They struggle with point afters from time to time. I think you have to go for it. Use that motion spread offense you've been running. Mm-hmm. You've got it seems the open part of the field is right up the seams. So they are going to kick it. This will be the longest field goal attempt of the year for the Catoosa Indians. The snap is good. The kick is blocked. And he recovers, and we have an action-packed game. We have seen it all tonight. Here's the replay. Well, Matt, I'm not sure that kick was blocked. I think that went off the deep snapper's helmet.
I don't know what to say about that.
Catoosa football.
They're kind of like, they remind me of Dallas Cowboys. You can't have two good things go your way in a row.
Well, I'll tell you what they do have good going for them. Peoria Tribe and Crossland Construction Company here sponsoring this very beautiful scoreboard along with Family Dental. I'm going to throw those out there next to the Glenn Wolf Student Activity Center. It's a beautiful facility here. Miami in shotgun. They're going to run their little RPO. Quarterback's going to make the read. And, Matt, I think that tackle prevented him from running scot-free for a touchdown because he had an open lane.
Yeah, another tackle by number 4, Michael Barnett.
And, Matt, one thing that you said was a key for Catoosa tonight was they had to keep that fight in them.
Mm-hmm. It's very important to keep the fight in the trenches the whole time.
Here we go. Shotgun formation. Tight end to the right, twins to the left. Ball in the center part of the field. Quarterback's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to number 6, Hunter Nichols, the junior, who's going to move the chains and get a first down for the Wardogs.
Now, if you watch this replay, you'll see the guy carrying the ball jump over number 4, Michael Barnett. Right there
it is. Does a nice little hurdle there. Here we go. Shotgun formation again. Tight end to the right again. Twins to the left again. Matt, I think they're going to run power.
Wouldn't surprise me here.
And there it is. Quarterback's going to make a hurdle, does a cut back and a spin move, and he's going to get him about 9 yards. Looked like it was enough for the first down. It's going to be second and short. Looks like they're really starting to rely on that Carson Jinks running game. Real quick, as this play is going to get ready to develop, we've got Cleveland 0, Wagner 35, start of the second quarter. We've got McLean 0, Cushing 35, and we're still in the first quarter of that one. So here we go. We've got the offsides for the Catoosa defensive line, and that's going to give Miami the first down.
Yeah, it's number 74, Big Jared Robbins. You know, you just got to – I understand that we're amped up, the physicality's there, but if you're going to come off the ball and you're going to have a false start or an offsides, please hammer somebody.
Here we go. They want to say hammer, meet, nail, and this looks like this is going to be the play to do it. They're going to run that read counter, and it's going to go for maybe a yard as the defensive unit was waiting on that one.
Gunnar Wilson's.
And we've got a player down. It looks like we might actually have 2 down. And this does not look good. We're going to go ahead and go cut to a break, and we will be right back. The Southern Sports Network broadcast.
Today's game is brought to you in part by T-Lake Apparel Company, specializing in sport uniforms and accessories, custom orders to fit your needs and budget. From youth leagues to professional sports, call T-Lake at 580-977-6452. And by Champion Custom Jewelry. Trust a company that can provide quality at a great look to fit your budget. Trust Champion Custom Jewelry. Contact them at 580-977-6452 or on Facebook at Champion Custom Jewelry.
The College of Business and Technology at Northeastern State University is where education meets industry. Our in-demand undergraduate and graduate programs have real-world focus with practical workforce applications. Choose from degrees in accounting, marketing, supply chain management, information systems, healthcare administration, data analytics, and more. Lead with experience from Northeastern State University.
And we are back here at the Southern Sports Network broadcast, Friday night edition.
On a Thursday night.
On a Thursday night. Kind of like saying jumbo shrimp. And here they go. He's got the post route, steps back, avoids the sack, throws it deep, and it's caught just right before he's thrown out of bounds for about a 35-yard gain. And that was the most effortless flick of the wrist that I've seen from a quarterback on the run. You see, he avoids 3 players on the sack attempt.
Yeah, that's not a good one for the defensive lineman there. They want to have that one back. That would have been all over the highlight reel on their huddles. But, you know, maybe next time.
One thing, this offense is averaging 25.8 points per game this season, due in large part to the run game. As you can see, Miami walks in for a touchdown. That is, I think that's every touchdown they've had tonight. The player's been untouched.
Contain.
See, Matt, here's the thing with this defense. If you're going to have a bend but don't break defense, you can't break when you bend.
That's a good one. Can't break when you bend.
If you're going to bend but don't break when you need to bend.
I'm going to write that down, actually.
So you guys can catch us on ESPN next week on College Game Day, where we will be leading the crew. We've got the point after attempt here to make this a 22-8 game. The snap is good, the kick is good, and the point is good. Give them the extra point. Miami up 22-8.
You know, people who look at Squirtle right now at other places are probably going, what's going on? 22-8, and especially with the way that Miami came out to play at the beginning. I thought it was going to be pretty dangerous, but Catoosa's really fighting a battle here, and their offense is going to come out. Their offense is looking way better than they even looked last week.
And, you know, the thing with Miami is they're consistent. They average 25.8 points per game on the defense. Their offense averages 26.1 points per game, so they're a well-balanced team, and that typically is something that happens when you have a run-dominated offense. I don't think offense for this team is going to change. I think they're going to just continue to run the quarterback power, the read option counter, and the occasional throwing it deep. I think that's the bread and butter for Miami. They've got the big offensive linemen. They've got the big skill players, too. All the linebackers and running backs are built like tight ends. I mean, this is a very big physical team, and they're fast.
Do you think that they're going to squib kick it here?
I think they're going to squib it straight up the middle of the field, or they're going to pooch it down here to the 20 on their own sideline. They're going to move somebody here on the kickoff. And it is pooched, but to the other 20. No fair catch. He's going to make a couple of guys miss. Has a tiny seal, but just can't quite get over. And this is going to be on the 35-yard line. Matt, this is a huge possession for the Catoosa Indians.
Yeah, the last two possessions they had, they marched it downfield. Sadly got stopped at the end. Just couldn't make it work from the 5 or 6, wherever they were last possession. But this possession, you know that you can make it downfield, so you're going to have to fight your butt off to get there.
And this Catoosa defense giving up 46.3 points per game. Not looking good. However, they're hustling and they're trying to just bring the fight to them. They just got to get that first tackle, Matt. And here we go. They're going to hand the ball off. He makes a couple of guys miss. Matt, the run game tonight is there. As you can see, we've got a couple of pancakes. This Catoosa offensive line, and they're saying the ball hit the ground. The refs are going to talk about it. Miami thinks they've recovered the football. And instead, they're going to say it's second down. So here's a replay. Duggar's going to do the read option. He's going to hand the ball off. He's going to do a jump cut. That ball did hit the ground, but he fell right on top of it as he was making his way to the ground, Matt.
Yeah, protect that ball.
Winning the turnover battle has been something Catoosa has not won yet this year. And they had a game that against Tall. And speaking of, ball's loose. They're going to go backwards. And instead of second and goal or second and short, maybe the first down when it was 2nd and 2, now it's 3rd and 12. Wow.
Yeah.
You cannot have that thing. Here's the deal. You've got a senior leading your offense, and I know that has to be frustrating. The center has had this problem all year, Matt.
Well, see, that one wasn't the center's problem. It was between the handoff of Duggar and Bladowski, and it was just Duggar didn't pull it or maybe didn't hand it off just right. There was miscommunication there, and that's what happened. It was actually a very good snap.
And he's going to throw this deep. Oh, to the comeback, and it's dropped. The pass is not brought in. Would have moved the chains. Instead, this brings up 4th down.
Yeah, this is something we've seen a lot with Catoosa this year. They get going and then hit a brick wall. But that's for their coaches. Their coaches need to talk them up. Timeouts. Anytime they're in a little huddle, they need to know that, hey, let's go. We're doing good. Keep it going. Don't let that negativity get to you.
And the punt is sent up sky high where it's going to bounce off the turf. And it's going to get the lucky bounce heading over to the 39-yard line. Matt, Catoosa's offense averages 7.8 points per game. Here they are at 8 points tonight. So close to a potential touchdown on that the second to last drive. Not been the night that you anticipated because you came out with some fire. and it's just been loose footballs.
It's, one thing after another. You know, the fumbles has been a problem we've seen all year with Catoosa. Tonight we continue to see it. I'm glad that they haven't got as many penalties as they usually do, but we fixed one thing. Let's try to fix the other.
Here we go. Catoosa is going to roll up here with the 4-4 defense. Miami with a player in motion. He's going to fake it, toss it out into the backfield. A couple players are going in to make the tackle, and there it is, the tackle for loss that they have been looking for all night long. And this ball is going to be walked backwards, Matt,
by
4
none
yards.
other than Gunnar Wilson.
Gunnar Wilson. Here's the replay. Now, week 1, this exact play that you're seeing happened with Stigler, except he did not toss the ball to the motion man. Instead, the tight end was waving and doing jumping jacks, waiting for the football because he was so wide open. Elephant's mind, Matt.
Yeah, peanuts.
And here we go. We got some movement on the D-line. They don't know where to line up. They're going to run looks like a read option, and it's not going anywhere. Catoosa defense here making a stand. They want that ball back because they want to score a touchdown before halftime. You can see here we got a defensive lineman, Roman, actually may have helped them. He gets back there, penetrates through the offensive line. 3 players in the backfield waiting for the quarterback who could not make anybody miss.
It's exciting to see them play like this, you know. Oh, I think we're gonna have a timeout, Miami.
So with that timeout, we are going to take a quick break so we can get a word in from our sponsors.
This broadcast of the Southern Sports Network is brought to you by Native Ink, providing custom products from athletic apparel, embroidery, and merchandising. Contact Native Ink at nativeinkpromos.com or at 918-693-1806.
The College of Liberal Arts at Northeastern State University is innovative, engaging, life-changing, empowering. Choose from undergraduate and graduate degrees in the arts and fine arts, languages, criminal justice, social work, and more. Be inspired at Northeastern State University.
And we are back here, the Southern Sports Network broadcast on a Thursday night for the Friday edition.
Friday edition on Thursday night. Can't beat it.
Carson, the quarterback, drops back. His pressure rolls out to his left. Wants to pass but decides not to. Shovels it out. And the receiver catches it, making some guys miss. Just short. No.
They're going to give it to him.
They're going to give him.
They're generous on both ends.
The first down. Wow. What a play. Look at this. The little Brett Favre flip out to the wide open man. Makes some guys miss. Matt, the ball was past the down marker, but his knee was not. He stretched out the last second.
Nobody knows who Brett Favre is anymore. That's a Patrick Mahomes play to these kids.
Very true, very true. However, Brett Favre, one of the greatest fun-having quarterbacks to ever play the game. Cool. Oh, a nice spin move. Throws an incomplete pass. It's $1 million move with a $1 finish. And Miami is going to get the ball, making this second down.
Yeah, Boomer Lovett's number 56 for the Catoosa Indians, trying to make a stop, trying to get a good tackle, but just couldn't come up. I did see his speed here.
All right, we've got the graphics up here, Matt. Miami here with a 4-2 record, a 2-1 conference win with, a couple of others. But with this loss tonight, if Catoosa does not pull out the victory, they will be eliminated from playoff contention. Shotgun formation, trips to the right. And, Matt, there you go. That's that toughness that you were talking about. They're bringing the fight.
I like that. Tackle for a loss of 4. Brings up 3rd down and 14.
Their 3rd tackle for loss just on this series alone. And that is something that Catoosa has always been able to, no matter who they're playing. Even when they played number 1 Verdigris, they managed to find ways to get in the backfield. They've got a very fast, quick, aggressive defensive line. They're smart when they call their blitz. It's just they can't finish the tackle.
Don't bend when you break, or break when you bend.
Here we go. Quarterback wants to throw the screen. It's not there.
Block in the back.
Does not get the sack. Oh, the ball's loose.
That's a
and
recover.
They are going to say it went out of bounds. No recovery. However, it does roll 4 yards, and it will bring up 4th and 10. Wow.
It's a nasty hit.
That is a Bo Jackson hip tear right there. You can see he does the hurdle, comes down awkwardly. Does look like the ground did cause the fumble. That was the right call. However, getting the 4 yards may have not have been. Miami getting the lucky end of some of these calls here tonight. However, Catoosa is fighting, and they're not really caring what the refs are going to call because they're here to win a football game.
Yeah, they just keep coming back, play after play on the defense. The offense is a little bit different. The offense looks like they're going to take the looks like they're going to timeout on the field by the Miami Wardogs. But like I was saying, Carson, the defense looks like they can, they have the negative impacts in the game, and they just roll off, kind of like you're supposed to whenever you're in playing baseball. Oh, you get a ball past you, on to the next one. Now the offense doesn't really do that, in my eyes. I see them come out here. Oh, we're doing good. Shoot ourselves in the foot. Now we're mad that we pulled the trigger.
And that's something that they have really they don't have an identity for their offense. They have stuff that they like to do, but they've not found their identity. The defense, however, has found their identity. They understand that they're going to blitz, they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to be fast. That identity would be a lot better if they can manage to get them tackles on the first attempt. That's something that is so big in football.
Yeah.
And it's so important that guys in the NFL, Pete Carroll at the Seattle Seahawks has made this famous. They are bringing in the national rugby teams because they've got the best way to tackle. You run in, last second, explode, and throw your shoulder into the hip, and you wrap one leg, not two. You have a better chance of making the tackle when you grab one leg than two because it's a smaller width and not as much meat that you have to get your hands around.
Makes sense to me. Like my coach used to say, just like Shakira, their hips don't lie. Aim for the hips.
Hips do not lie. And here we go, shotgun, 4th down. They're going to run a little crossing route. He's waiting. Now he's running. Defensive lineman getting some pressure, and they're going to get the sack. This is a 4-yard loss. Boomer Levin's on the sack, and now Catoosa's getting the ball.
I told you he was quick. I told you back whenever you almost sacked him for 5 yards back here in the first quarter. I told you he was quick. He just didn't try that play. But this play, you see him try and give an effort. He made the tackle.
Great tackle. Fights a double team, gets pushed in the back. Now gives their offense a ball with 3 minutes left in the game. This is a big series. Catoosa needs a touchdown on this possession.
He's going to fall back here.
And here we go. We're going to get a pistol formation. Great pump fake. He's going to dump it off out to the out route, and it is caught by his brother, number 2, Duggar, going out of bounds, moves the chain. That is 15-yard gain, Matt.
Hey, I told you, watch out for Dylan Duggar tonight. He's bought in, and you can see.
And here you can see the Duggar connection. What a pass. Wow. That is a college throw right there.
Yeah,
He's got the intangibles, Matt.
Russell Duggar's out here looking wild tonight.
Got a player in motion. He drops back, throws to the scat. That's his brother again in the slot. And that play is called a scat when you've got one guy who fits in the soft zone, somebody goes deep, and you've got a motion coming to make sure the corner doesn't break in. However, the corner broke in a little bit. He just could not get there in time. Looks like he may have got turned around. Catoosa runs right up to the line of scrimmage, and they're ready to move this football. 2nd and short.
Hand it to Blendowski here. Let's go. Getting the call.
They're going to change the play. He's going to do an audible. Matt, I think they're going to take a shot in the end zone on this play. Nope, instead they're going to, and he makes makes another guy miss, and it is a 1st down.
Wow.
And as you can see here,
number 20, Tanner Casey.
Casey gets the ball, and he looks like he had them defenders' ankles on a loan program because he was wanting them back. We get the 1st down.
On a loan program.
That was as cool as the other side of the pillow, Matt. Oh, we got a bobbled snap. He's going to roll out to his right. Throws it to Michael Barnett out in the flat. And he makes a man miss. Moves it up 5 yards. And, Matt, here's the nice thing about this. With the ball being on the 10 or 9-yard line, whatever they decide to spot the ball, they're still going to have a chance for first down if they can get to the 4-yard line or shorter.
This is it.
They could potentially stall this entire quarter out just to get a touchdown and not leave Miami a chance to get the ball back. However, Catoosa does get the ball after halftime.
That's true. This isn't like a Super Bowl win like what all kids dream about, but if I was Catoosa, I would be ready to go right here.
And he's going to roll out to his right, dumps it off to the flat. It's a caught, and it's a touchdown. Toe taps in the end zone.
Wow.
By the best name in Catoosa football.
Michael
Number 30.
Blendowski.
Matt, this was a great play. You could tell he wanted to look to the left or on the seam. Miami knew it was coming. What they did not understand, that Blendowski sometimes plays running backs. They will move him out in the slot. He can play two positions. The kick is up. The kick is good. And this is a 22-15 ball game. 1:36 left in the second quarter. Catoosa does get the ball after halftime. However, their defense needs to continue to play good.
Absolutely.
Because Miami, I can tell you right now, with the way the coach is not happy on the sidelines, they're going to go try and score a touchdown to shut Catoosa up.
They definitely are going to try to score a touchdown here, but I'm going to tell you one thing that I see on the Miami sideline. Heads are down. Heads are down. Right now, Catoosa is your time to come in here and dogfight.
And I'll tell you another thing, Matt. This is the second highest point total Catoosa's had all season. They did have that 34-20 loss. But now here they are with 15 points. That's the second most points that they have scored in a game all season.
Wow. Still 1:36 left in the half. Your boy Blendowski going to kick it off.
I don't think they're going to go for the onside. I think they're trusting their defense where they're going to kick it deep, make Miami go score. This is a different Catoosa team we've seen. They are coming out and they are fighting.
You know, one advantage of last week is in the second quarter and fourth quarter, Catoosa got the win in their favor. There is no win.
We are getting a flag.
That's probably
number 20, Casey for Catoosa, was about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage when the kicking team had the ball off the tee. They're going to move this ball back about 5 yards, and they're going to re-kick.
That's probably for the better, honestly. I want to see Blendowski kick a little bit better than that and get it back there. You know, you don't want to give them perfect field position on the 50.
So now they're going to scoot up. Listen, 5 yards matters, especially in football. When you have a running football team that you're playing against, 5 yards matter. So got to be mindful not to pass the kicker. The ball has to come off the tee before you can pass the line. He gets it that time. Pooch kicked all the way out to the 30. He's going to drop the football, and it rolls back to the 20. Catoosa is pursuing, and everybody's down there, and they just got to make a tackle, and there they go. The kicker comes in and lays a hit.
Blendowski with the hit.
And something that we do, that is the tee. That is not a flag. That tee made its way down the field. But as you can see, everybody is down there ready to make a play. Something on the drive up here, I got to talk to our director of camera operations, Jay Hancock, and he said it is very special to have a kicker who wants to go hit people.
Better than Verdigris kicker who just
walks off the line, who just will literally walk off the field after he kicks it. I would love to touch up with him after the season and ask why they do that.
Yeah, no joke.
So here we go. We're going to get the run option.
Oh.
Carson Jinks takes the ball to the left side where he's going to be down for a no gain. This is going to be 2nd and 10.
Now, I will tell you this. Catoosa has 3 timeouts left. Miami only has 1. They stayed inbounds that time. So
this clock is running.
If they want to score, they're going to have to do it here or the next play. I will not be surprised to see Jinks hand the ball off to number 8 here.
Something that's very important. Catoosa made the playoffs last year 4-6 for the first time in 9 years. They're currently 0-6 now. They will have to win out and have some help if they want to make the playoffs. This is such an important game. And it looks like for the first time all year, things are starting to click.
Yeah. That's going to be a false start on the Miami Wardogs. Gonna back them up 5. Be 2nd and 15.
This clock is still going. I think this drive has stalled enough that the coach, got his name here, Zach Gardner, almost read off the superintendent, Nick Highsmith. I think they're just going to maybe take a shot here, and if it doesn't get some good yardage, they're going to run the clock going to halftime. And here they go. They're going to make the cutback. He's got some field. Catoosa gets away. No, there is a flag on the play, and that looks like that could have been a horse collar tackle made famous by Roy Williams, the safety from Oklahoma and Dallas Cowboys.
I don't think that was a horse collar penalty based off of where it is. Also, it was thrown before the play was over.
And, Matt, that's why we've got you here in the booth. You may have a missing pinky, but you've got superb eyes. And you've caught that play.
It's the contacts.
It is the contacts.
I'm so excited. If I wore my glasses, they'd be all fogged up and I couldn't see nothing.
Listen, it is a perfect night of football here. You're in a college stadium with a massive scoreboard. You've got some cool floats and a giant Viking ship in the end zone. Here we go. This is going to be a second and a different zip code for Miami's offense.
Looks like Catoosa is going to take a timeout.
Here we go. We're going to have a quick timeout.
Did you see what that penalty was? I don't know. I think it was holding.
I think that you are correct, Matt. So we're going to get, this looks like it is going to be 2nd and 25, 2nd and 24. 21 seconds left to go.
You were talking about before they call the timeout how perfect the weather is. You know, I said it at the beginning of the season, which is wild to think that was 7 weeks ago. This has flown by. But I was like, man, this is perfect football weather. It's hot. The grill's going. You can smell it in the air. Fresh cut grass. But this is actually football weather right here.
This is amazing. And the away stands for Miami actually used to be the home stands. When I played here in 2011, those were the home stands over there. The stands that we are currently in is all new. This actually used to be a road. And we've got a big hit in the backfield while I'm giving useless facts. And that's a 1 year loss, but we're going to get a timeout here. But look, here you can see the replay. Wow. Came in free, and that was a great shot. I can tell you what, those hits are a little awkward. They will definitely ring your bell.
Yeah. That's one thing I miss/don't miss about playing football is waking up Saturday morning going,
getting that Tua Tagovailoa treatment there.
Yeah.
However, he is still on the field.
That's cold. We're taking your mic from you.
I will say this, though. I am extremely impressed by the level of technology that have gone into these football helmets. The amount of padding and the gel inserts on the front of the helmets that they now have is something I never thought that we would get to. And we've actually seen concussions go down at the high school level.
Well, that's good. I wish we had that when I was in high school. Anyway, 6 concussions later, I'm here. What's up?
We played with empty corn cans as helmets when we were.
You had helmets?
Here we go. 3rd and a prayer. 10 seconds left in the second quarter.
You know, speaking of helmets, one thing that's funny about my high school is the inserts that were in our helmets. If our helmets passed protocol, the inserts we also used as cones for the ones that didn't. Wild to think about.
Unbelievable. Shout out to you, Dibble, Oklahoma. Here we go. Shotgun power to the and he's got a seam, Matt. And a great open field tackle
by number 6, maybe 8.
And
that's number 8.
Here is a replay.
Charles.
Seth Charles in the open field tackle. That was a very good tackle right there. That
if he
could have saved a touchdown because you get Carson Jinks in open field like he has twice tonight, and he's gone.
Carson Jinks pretty fast.
Pretty fast. Look, he's built like an athletic running back, and they are utilizing him kind of like what Carl Albert did in the early 2010s. They get that shotgun formation, they pull a guard, maybe a tackle with them, the quarterback follows the running back. But the thing with him is he's got a very good deep ball.
He does. I will say one other thing about Jinx here. He reminds me, his size and his stature and the way he plays reminds me of Blake Bell. Whenever they bring Blake Bell in for the Bell package.
And here we go. This is a 22-15 game. This is the closest game Catoosa has had all season going into the end zone. The other one would be when they were down 14-0 to Tulsa Edison. They ended up actually losing that game 28-0 to Tulsa Edison. Their defense looked really good that night. Their offense couldn't put it together. Now we're getting the most complete form that we've got so far for Catoosa.
Yeah, 4th and 12 here. 2 seconds left in the half.
And they're going to send everybody deep, Matt, and I think it's going to be a quarterback draw. There he goes. He's rolling out. He sees a man open. He's going to throw it, and it is caught. He stays in bounds, makes a man miss, and he is tackled at the 40. Matt, we are going into halftime. Miami up 22-15, and Catoosa will get the ball to start the second half. Has to be really good if you're a winless Catoosa team right now to see that scoreboard.
Absolutely. Hey, come down, march downfield after half, tie that game up. You got a 0-0 ball game. Let's go, Catoosa.
And we are going to take a quick break for some of our halftime sponsors, and we're going to get some scores around the conference for you. And we will come back whenever we feel like it. And we will see you guys in a minute. This is the Southern Sports Network Friday Night Showdown Thursday edition.
Let's go.
My name's Todd Harden, and I am Todd's Coffee. The reason I do this to begin with is because I really want people to experience coffee. What I'm doing and what other roasters are doing as well is, we're trying to figure out what the bean is trying to tell us. My goal and my customer really is, there's probably 2 out of 10 people that could taste the difference in one of my better roasts versus an average roast. If I can make those people happy, I'm making everybody happy. And so that's kind of my philosophy when it comes to roasting. You can just go to toddscoffee.com. You can get a whole bean, or I'll grind it for you. Either way, there'll be a drop down in there that you can order it that way. So order some coffee.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
Having a body is tough. Exercising, sports, work, and life itself can leave you feeling tense at any age. The Trainer's Table is here for you. No appointments or memberships needed, because you can't always plan ahead for when you're physically sore. The Trainer's Table. Let us stretch you.
The College of Liberal Arts at Northeastern State University is innovative, engaging, life-changing, empowering. Choose from undergraduate and graduate degrees in the arts and fine arts, languages, criminal justice, social work, and more. Be inspired at Northeastern State University.
Hi, Peyton Hillis here for Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing. I've scored for the Hogs and for the NFL, but now my whole family has scored big finding this amazing store. Ozark Sportsman has everything a sportsman wants. The best firearm selection and gun safe choices anywhere in Northwest Arkansas. And a 15-lane indoor range and so much more. Ozark Outpost Clothing has all the hot boutique brands for women. And hey guys, our favorite brands also. Score big savings on top brands and follow me to Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing.
The College of Business and Technology at Northeastern State University is where education meets industry. Our in-demand undergraduate and graduate programs have real-world focus with practical workforce applications. Choose from degrees in accounting, marketing, supply chain management, information systems, healthcare administration, data analytics, and more. Lead with experience from Northeastern State University.
Some might say I'm an ideas guy. I'd like to think of myself more as a doer. I like to make things happen both for myself and for the people my businesses serve. Signature Bank has been crucial in that for me, from starting my moving businesses to expanding into mobile minis, all the way to our current office and warehouse space. Signature has advised and supported me every step of the way.
A tradition of educational excellence, more than a century in the making, continues in Broken Arrow. Here, supportive faculty, in-demand undergraduate and graduate degrees, and affordable tuition make Northeastern State University your transfer destination. Finish what you started.
Hello everyone, I'm Bob Stoops. I'd like to introduce you to Southern Sports Network, as they will broadcast high school sports for Catoosa, Chickasaw, Bayan, Inola, and Green Forest. Download the SSN app and like them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And Boomer Sooner to everybody.
At Northeastern State University in Muskogee, we take care of our students so they can take care of others. Choose from a variety of healthcare degrees, including physician assistant studies, nursing, occupational therapy, speech language pathology, and more.
My name's Todd Harden, and I am Todd's Coffee. The reason I do this to begin with is because I really want people to experience coffee. What I'm doing and what other roasters are doing as well is, we're trying to figure out what the bean is trying to tell us. My goal and my customer really is, there's probably 2 out of 10 people that could taste the difference in one of my better roasts versus an average roast. If I can make those people happy, I'm making everybody happy. And so that's kind of my philosophy when it comes to roasting. You can just go to toddscoffee.com. You can get a whole bean, or I'll grind it for you. Either way, there'll be a drop down in there that you can order it that way. So order some coffee.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
Having a body is tough. Exercising, sports, work, and life itself can leave you feeling tense at any age. The Trainer's Table is here for you. No appointments or memberships needed, because you can't always plan ahead for when you're physically sore. The Trainer's Table. Let us stretch you.
The College of Liberal Arts at Northeastern State University is innovative, engaging, life-changing, empowering. Choose from undergraduate and graduate degrees in the arts and fine arts, languages, criminal justice, social work, and more. Be inspired at Northeastern State University.
Hi, Peyton Hillis here for Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing. I've scored for the Hogs and for the NFL, but now my whole family has scored big finding this amazing store. Ozark Sportsman has everything a sportsman wants. The best firearm selection and gun safe choices anywhere in Northwest Arkansas. And a 15-lane indoor range and so much more. Ozark Outpost Clothing has all the hot boutique brands for women. And hey guys, our favorite brands also. Score big savings on top brands and follow me to Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing.
The College of Business and Technology at Northeastern State University is where education meets industry. Our in-demand undergraduate and graduate programs have real-world focus with practical workforce applications. Choose from degrees in accounting, marketing, supply chain management, information systems, healthcare administration, data analytics, and more. Lead with experience from Northeastern State University.
Some might say I'm an ideas guy. I'd like to think of myself more as a doer. I like to make things happen, both for myself and for the people my businesses serve. Signature Bank has been crucial in that for me. From starting my moving businesses, to expanding into mobile minis, all the way to our current office and warehouse space. Signature has advised and supported me every step of the way.
A tradition of educational excellence, more than a century in the making, continues in Broken Arrow. Here, supportive faculty, in-demand undergraduate and graduate degrees, and affordable tuition make Northeastern State University your transfer destination. Finish what you started.
Hello everyone, I'm Bob Stoops. I'd like to introduce you to Southern Sports Network as they will broadcast high school sports for Catoosa, Chickasaw, Bayan, Inola, and Green Forest. Download the SSN app and like them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And Boomer Sooner to everybody.
At Northeastern State University in Muskogee, we take care of our students so they can take care of others. Choose from a variety of healthcare degrees, including physician assistant studies, nursing, occupational therapy, speech language pathology, and more.
My name's Todd Harden, and I am Todd's Coffee. The reason I do this to begin with is because I really want people to experience coffee. What I'm doing and what other roasters are doing as well is, we're trying to figure out what the bean is trying to tell us. My goal and my customer really is, there's probably 2 out of 10 people that could taste the difference in one of my better roasts versus an average roast. If I can make those people happy, I'm making everybody happy. And so that's kind of my philosophy when it comes to roasting. You can just go to toddscoffee.com. You can get a whole bean, or I'll grind it for you. Either way, there'll be a drop down in there that you can order it that way. So order some coffee.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
Having a body is tough. Exercising, sports, work, and life itself can leave you feeling tense at any age. The Trainer's Table is here for you. No appointments or memberships needed, because you can't always plan ahead for when you're physically sore. The Trainer's Table. Let us stretch you.
The College of Liberal Arts at Northeastern State University is innovative, engaging, life-changing, empowering. Choose from undergraduate and graduate degrees in the arts and fine arts, languages, criminal justice, social work, and more. Be inspired at Northeastern State University.
Hi, Peyton Hillis here for Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing. I've scored for the Hogs and for the NFL, but now my whole family has scored big finding this amazing store. Ozark Sportsman has everything a sportsman wants. The best firearm selection and gun safe choices anywhere in Northwest Arkansas. And a 15-lane indoor range and so much more. Ozark Outpost Clothing has all the hot boutique brands for women. And hey guys, our favorite brands also. Score big savings on top brands and follow me to Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing.
The College of Business and Technology at Northeastern State University is where education meets industry. Our in-demand undergraduate and graduate programs have real-world focus with practical workforce applications. Choose from degrees in accounting, marketing, supply chain management, information systems, healthcare administration, data analytics, and more. Lead with experience from Northeastern State University.
Some might say I'm an ideas guy. I'd like to think of myself more as a doer. I like to make things happen, both for myself and for the people my businesses serve. Signature Bank has been crucial in that for me. From starting my moving businesses to expanding into mobile minis, all the way to our current office and warehouse space. Signature has advised and supported me every step of the way.
A tradition of educational excellence, more than a century in the making, continues in Broken Arrow. Here, supportive faculty, in-demand undergraduate and graduate degrees, and affordable tuition make Northeastern State University your transfer destination. Finish what you started.
Hello everyone, I'm Bob Stoops. I'd like to introduce you to Southern Sports Network as they will broadcast high school sports for Catoosa, Catoosa, Bayan, Inola, and Green Forest. Download the SSN app and like them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And Boomer Sooner to everybody.
At Northeastern State University in Muskogee, we take care of our students so they can take care of others. Choose from a variety of healthcare degrees, including physician assistant studies, nursing, occupational therapy, speech-language pathology, and more.
My name's Todd Harden, and I am Todd's Coffee. The reason I do this to begin with is because I really want people to experience coffee. What I'm doing and what other roasters are doing as well is, we're trying to figure out what the bean is trying to tell us. My goal and my customer really is, there's probably 2 out of 10 people that could taste the difference in one of my better roasts versus an average roast. If I can make those people happy, I'm making everybody happy. And so that's kind of my philosophy when it comes to roasting. You can just go to toddscoffee.com. You can get a whole bean, or I'll grind it for you. Either way, there'll be a drop down in there that you can order it that way. So order some coffee.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
Having a body is tough. Exercising, sports, work, and life itself can leave you feeling tense at any age. The Trainer's Table is here for you. No appointments or memberships needed, because you can't always plan ahead for when you're physically sore. The Trainer's Table. Let us stretch you.
The College of Liberal Arts at Northeastern State University is innovative, engaging, life-changing, empowering. Choose from undergraduate and graduate degrees in the arts and fine arts, languages, criminal justice, social work, and more. Be inspired at Northeastern State University.
Hi, Peyton Hillis here for Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing. I've scored for the Hogs and for the NFL, but now my whole family has scored big finding this amazing store. Ozark Sportsman has everything a sportsman wants. The best firearm selection and gun safe choices anywhere in Northwest Arkansas. And a 15-lane indoor range and so much more. Ozark Outpost Clothing has all the hot boutique brands for women. And hey guys, our favorite brands also. Score big savings on top brands and follow me to Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing.
The College of Business and Technology at Northeastern State University is where education meets industry. Our in-demand undergraduate and graduate programs have real-world focus with practical workforce applications. Choose from degrees in accounting, marketing, supply chain management, information systems, healthcare administration, data analytics, and more. Lead with experience from Northeastern State University.
Some might say I'm an ideas guy. I'd like to think of myself more as a doer. I like to make things happen, both for myself and for the people my businesses serve. Signature Bank has been crucial in that for me. From starting my moving businesses to expanding into mobile minis, all the way to our current office and warehouse space. Signature has advised and supported me every step of the way.
A tradition of educational excellence, more than a century in the making, continues in Broken Arrow. Here, supportive faculty, in-demand undergraduate and graduate degrees, and affordable tuition make Northeastern State University your transfer destination. Finish what you started.
Hello everyone, I'm Bob Stoops. I'd like to introduce you to Southern Sports Network as they will broadcast high school sports for Catoosa, Chickasaw, Bayan, Inola, and Green Forest. Download the SSN app and like them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And Boomer Sooner to everybody.
At Northeastern State University in Muskogee, we take care of our students so they can take care of others. Choose from a variety of healthcare degrees, including physician assistant studies, nursing, occupational therapy, speech-language pathology, and more.
My name's Todd Harden, and I am Todd's Coffee. The reason I do this to begin with is because I really want people to experience coffee. What I'm doing and what other roasters are doing as well is, we're trying to figure out what the bean is trying to tell us. My goal and my customer really is, there's probably 2 out of 10 people that could taste the difference in one of my better roasts versus an average roast. If I can make those people happy, I'm making everybody happy.
All right, welcome back to the Southern Sports Network Friday Showdown Thursday night edition here in Miami, Oklahoma. Miami 22, Catoosa 15. When I read in the newspapers, Catoosa was a 28-point underdog.
It's not too late.
Not too late either way.
Either way.
Either team. With the loss tonight, Catoosa's eliminated from playoffs. With a win tonight and a McLean loss, Miami will be, I think, guaranteed at least the 4th seed, so they can clinch a playoff victory tonight. But we do got some scores for you in the 4A3 district, the district that these two teams are playing in. We've got number 8, Wagner 56, Cleveland 0, start of the 3rd quarter there. Number 1, Cushing 63, McLean 0, half. Oologah 35, Skytook 7, half. And Cushing's up 63-0, Wagner's up 56-0. Cushing beat Wagner last week, Matt. What was it, 49-0, 42-0? Mm-hmm. So Cushing, in my opinion, is the clear runaway for the 4A state champion. Here, not for too long, not next week, but the week after, we will actually start diving into our playoff predictions.
I'm excited for that. My hometown of Dibble, I bring it up every time we're on air, but we have 2 towns right next to us, Blanchard and Newcastle. They're both 4A, and Blanchard is number 6, and Newcastle's number 9.
Yeah, definitely some tough teams. I saw that here in 4A, only 4 teams of the teams that are ranked tonight were even ranked in the preseason polls. So there's been a lot of movement in this 4A, more so than any other class in the state of Oklahoma.
Wow.
And here we go. We've got about 40 seconds left before this halftime starts here at Northeastern Oklahoma College between the Miami Wardogs and the Catoosa Indians. Catoosa averaging 7.8 points per game. They've got 15 tonight already. They give up 46.3. Miami offense averaging 26.1 points per game. Their defense giving up 25.8, and they've got 22 tonight. Christian Hood, the former offensive coordinator from the University of Central Oklahoma, Division II college there in Edmond, Oklahoma, has taken the reins of this Catoosa squad. They made the playoffs last year at 4-6 for the first time in 9 years. They squeaked into that number 4 spot. Had the close 1-point victory against Miami last year. However, Catoosa graduated a lot of players. This Miami squad's got a lot of underclassmen starting for them tonight.
They really do, but their underclassmen look like college football players, so you can.
Yes, they do. If this was a road game, I would have accused about 4 of their linemen of being the bus driver.
CDL certified. You know, those are really hard to get. Hey, so we have another score update. Going to 6A here. Number 2 Union versus number 3 Mustang. Union on top, 29-7 start of the third quarter.
There's not been an Oklahoma City school who has won a 6A state championship since 1996. The Midwest City Bombers, who went back-to-back in 95-96. Ever since then, it's been one of 4 schools in a 20-mile radius in Tulsa between Jinx, Union, Owasso, and Broken Arrow. And therefore, 19 straight years, it was just Jinx and Union.
That's one of my favorite things about moving up here like I did. You knew me back when I lived in Norman. When I moved up here to Tulsa, that was one of my favorite things this football season, going watching these junior college caliber teams playing at the high school level.
Here we go. We're going to get the kickoff. And for one of the first times all season, Michael Barnett's going to get to return a kick. And he's going to take it right up the middle, breaks a tackle, and he's going to be brought down at the 21. He did have a seam, however, missing 1 block.
1 man to beat, and Michael Barnett would have been gone.
And that is a player that runs hard. He's physical, but he's got track speed down here on the football field, Matt.
Absolutely. And like I said, I can't brag about this guy enough. He's one of my favorite things to do on a Friday or Thursday in this scenario is go down and talk to him. We got in a little late, so I didn't get to go down and catch up with some of the players, but definitely a great guy. Great on the field.
This being one of the more exciting games that high school football players look out for all year. This is the fall break game where your games are played on a Thursday night, so it's a little bit of a shorter week. You're excited for the 3-day weekend. But as you can see there, the pass was dropped. That's been something that's, they've had to deal with all season. This brings up 2nd and 10 now, where that could have been 2nd and short. So Catoosa offense, who primed themselves up and committed themselves for this drive coming after halftime, not moving up so fast. But here we go, 2nd down. They're going to run the ball. He's got some space, makes a man miss. Matt, he takes that 15 yards to move the chain.
Wow, that was a great run by number 22, Aiden Scraper. If you remember in the first quarter, he was the one that was on the ground down there for a little bit. That was an injured player.
And they did a great job on this blocking scheme, Matt. They pulled the guard and the tackle. He cuts up the tackle's butt and goes through A-gap. Linebacker overflowed. The safety missed the tackle, and the corner came up and got him by his feet. And here we go, 1st down, ball on the 40-yard line. 2nd quarter, running back moves over to Duggar's left. He's going to take the snap, and he's going to hand the ball off, where we've got some tough running.
Yeah, man at the line, but 1 and more.
That's going to be a 4-yard gain for the Catoosa Indians. Probably some of the nicer 4A football stadiums in the state are all in the same district. Wagner's got a nice stadium. Miami's got a beautiful stadium. Catoosa's got the Hard Rock Stadium, what I like to call it.
Yeah.
Here we go, shotgun formation, trips to the right. Duggar's going to take the pass and immediately let it fly to his favorite receiver tonight. He's going to take that hitch and get a couple extra more yards. And they're going to give him a very generous spot. They're moving the chains on this. And that
all right.
Coach for Miami's not happy about it.
Hey, number 20, Tanner Casey for Catoosa with the reception. He's targeted him a few times tonight.
And that last lunge on the replays, you can see, is what gave him the 1st down. And here we go. Shot with a pistol formation, rather. Sorry, they're going to pull the guard and the tackle. This is actually a pass play. He's going to kick it out to the tight end, who's wide open in the flats. Makes a man miss. And we are not going to get the face. And there it is.
There we go.
There is the face mask call. All the players are looking at the red. The white hat is even looking around, getting ready to grab his flag. But
Kevin Spavalda with that, our trusted cameraman, Jay Hancock, tapped me on the shoulder earlier when I mispronounced his name, and he sounded it out using syllables. Spavalda.
Oh, and this flag is actually against Catoosa. They're going to call holding.
Well, it's about time they make a holding call tonight. There's been a few very blatant holdings in the referee's face, but you know, I will say they're letting him play tonight.
This refereeing crew with 5 officials tonight. We got a running back in motion. Quarterback's going to take the snap. He's going to follow his lead blockers, and that is something that we've been waiting on all season. We got to see a little bit of it last week. For those who don't know, Duggar was a VIPE preseason top 100 player, one of the top quarterbacks to watch for the state of Oklahoma. And not only is it because he's very comfortable in the pocket and can throw, but he's a hard runner too, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. One other thing that I've seen him do the last 2 games is he's not only looked very comfortable in the pocket, but his pocket presence has looked phenomenal. He gets up in the pocket looking very, very sharp, very crisp.
They're going to run the read option again. Players are there waiting for him in the backfield, but a good cut up through the A gap is going to give Catoosa a 3rd and short, about a 4-yard gain.
Aiden Scraper again with the ball. You know, he cuts upfield and he runs downhill and he'll hit you. That's one thing. Him and Michael Blandowski both.
And Boomer Lovins comes back in. They're going to run the same little trick play that they ran to get a touchdown earlier. They're going to run this quarterback power with their offensive lineman. He is met in the backfield, but gets the lunge forward. And they're going to rule that he got the first down on the second attempt after contact.
Yeah, just keep those chains going, man. I will say for the first time tonight, that's a very generous spot for the Catoosa Indians.
He takes a pretty good shot at the line of scrimmage, goes backwards, takes a step backwards rather, and then lunges his entire body forward to get the first down. That's falling forward is very successful as a running back here in the sport of football. We're going to get a running back in motion again. A quick throw to the right sideline. They love that hitch route tonight because it is working. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And here we go. We're going to get a 2nd down here for this Catoosa offense, who's playing sharp in front of this sold-out crowd.
Yeah, number 20, Tanner Casey with the reception there. He's been targeted a few times tonight as well. I'd be looking for younger Duggar here, Dylan, number 2, here before too long.
Going to get the snap. Quarterback's going to follow his guard, and he is hit by his legs. They're going to roll him down. The ball does come loose, but not before the quarterback's knees touch the turf. Something that you have to be very cautious of is last week, Duggar was actually wearing a full cast on his non-throwing hand. It looks like he's got something around that wrist that looks like a cast tonight, but his hand is moving freely. It looks like they may have cut out the thumb insert protective pad that he had last week. Here they go, 3rd and medium. Duggar's going to drop back, take a step up. He's going to run for it, breaks some tackles, throws a stiff arm, goes forward and gets the first down. Catoosa showing everybody that first half was not a fluke.
Yeah, he was running downhill pretty quick there, and he was met by number 7 for the Miami, Wardogs. You can see in the replay, that is a tough hit.
Tough. That is what Northern Oklahoma loves, them big country linebackers that just want to come hit you in the face. We've got some motion. They're going to hand the jet sweep off to Barnett, who's going to take it for about 2 yards. Makes this 2nd down a positive gain. We're going to get a 2nd and long. 7:21 left in the 3rd.
He might have only got 2 yards on that play, but to be fair, he had big number 50 on his back for 4 yards.
And
that's a heavy backpack.
For those who are not watching, you're only on the audio version. This is a large, very massive Miami football team. All their players that are on the starting defense right now are big kids. And here we go, Matt. There's that rollout pass again. Thrown to number 4, Michael Barnett. No, I apologize. Thrown to number 2.
Dylan Duggar.
Dylan Duggar, the younger brother. Don't know how I got him mixed up with Barnett.
Well, they're both about the same size.
And they're walking. They're in unison right now. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Wow. And here we go. Somewhere in this broadcast, someone had a flashback from their drill sergeant hearing that left, right, left.
I was yelling it in my head.
Here we go. Shotgun formation. They're going to hand the ball off Quarterback will not keep it.
Aiden Scraper, number 22 on the carry.
That is a 1-yard gain. Brings up 4th down. And they are going to go for it. I think that's the right call.
Are you going to run it or are you going to pass it here?
You know, if I was Catoosa, they had a play that they ran that I really liked. I would get in that trips formation, but with the H-back on the opposite side. Give a little protection. Bring one of them in motion, and you can either fake it to him and then fake to the running back, and now your quarterback has a chance to run or throw the seam route that the H-back takes off in. I would like to see that. And they're going to throw that out route, and it is not complete.
No flag?
No flag.
Wow.
That is a 4th down turnover on downs, and we're going to get the replay here. Let's get a better look. Pass intended to number 4, Michael Barnett on the out route. Oh, that's close. Looks like he got him around the hip, but because it was such a bang-bang play, you can't really tell if it was before the ball got to his hands or not. So, nonetheless, 1st down for Miami, and we're going to get to see a look of their offense tonight as Catoosa takes off almost half the clock in the 3rd quarter on that drive.
I just noticed that. That's wild.
Almost the entire 3rd quarter on that drive that ended up in no points.
That's okay.
And here we go. One thing you want to keep Miami off the field is by using that clock to your advantage. And when you can establish the run game that Catoosa's finally able to get this season, it is opening their passing game, and that's what keeps your offense balanced. Now we've got a 2nd and long.
Yeah, you also got to contain number 7, Jinx, there for the Miami Wardogs. You know, what even is a war dog?
A war dog is something that, well, if I had a best guess, I think it's a former pet of Chuck Norris.
I thought you were going to come at me with a straight fact, but it sounds like that's kind of made up.
Read it in an encyclopedia in a truck stop bathroom. Here we go. Miami's going to run the ball for a 1st down. That's going to be 22 to 15. And here's a replay here. You know, and there it is. They know the outside linebacker there has to commit. And if he goes in, they're going to bounce it out. If he goes out, they're going to cut up. And that's what's called a C gap. So you have your A gaps between center and guards, your B gaps between guard and tackle, and the C gaps outside the tackle. When you got a tight end out there, it's when you cut in between the tackle and the tight end. And that's what they were doing now. This time the quarterback keeps it. He's got some space, makes a cut up field for about a 6-7 yard gain. Well, they're going to say it's a 9-yard gain. And it's going to be not a 1st down. Instead,
Gunnar Wilson.
3rd, and we've got a player down. That does not look good. So we are going to take a quick break, and we will be right back once we've seen that this player is okay.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
Hi, Peyton Hillis here for Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing. I've scored for the Hogs and for the NFL, but now my whole family has scored big finding this amazing store. Ozark Sportsman has everything a sportsman wants. The best firearm selection and gun safe choices anywhere in Northwest Arkansas. And a 15-lane indoor range and so much more. Ozark Outpost Clothing has all the hot boutique brands for women. And hey guys, our favorite brands also. Score big savings on top brands and follow me to Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing.
And we are back here at the Southern Sports Network Friday Night Showdown, Thursday edition. Quarterback's going to take the snap, hands it off, and he's going to take a shot. Ooh, does manage to spin out of the first contact to lunge forward, does get the 1st down, moves the chain, and now we've got 2 players down again for Catoosa. That's 3 injured players, and oh no, we have a player not moving, Matt.
Yeah,
we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and go to a break. We'll hear a word from our sponsors here in a second.
The College of Education at Northeastern State University prepares educators, mental health providers, and fitness or health professionals with undergraduate and graduate programs. Choose from degrees in elementary, secondary education, special education, health and human performance, psychology, and more. Be ready from day one at Northeastern State University.
Today's game is brought to you in part by T-Lake Apparel Company, specializing in sport uniforms and accessories, custom orders to fit your needs and budget. From youth leagues to professional sports, call T-Lake at 580-977-6452. And by Champion Custom Jewelry, trusted company that can provide quality at a great look to fit your budget. Trust Champion Custom Jewelry. Contact them at 580-977-6452 or on Facebook at Champion Custom Jewelry.
And we are back here, Southern Sports Network Friday edition.
Yeah, scary moment there. The guys were down. We thought maybe one was a lot more hurt than but we did see both players walk off the field by themselves. So, like we said at the beginning of the game, that's something we always want to see. But it looked a lot more dangerous at the beginning.
We did just get a message stating that Miami now playing their quarterback at linebacker. So he is at quarterback now taking the snap, but he will be playing linebacker now for the rest of the game. That's very interesting. He is one of their better athletes on the football team. Maybe that's why they're putting him in on defense, see if he can make a play there too.
Gunnar Wilson back in the game for Catoosa.
That was good to see.
Yeah, for sure, good to see.
We had 2 plays with 3 injured players for Catoosa who just now finally got healthy. They've had starters out all year, a good chunk of them. Now we finally got their full team back healthy, and I think that's been a huge reason why they're down 22-15 and not 41-0 like other games in the past. So we got a player that hurdles. Barnett comes from behind, makes the tackle. Not enough for a first down. And then we've got a flag. And I think that's going to be on Catoosa.
I think so too.
But we've got Catoosa players clapping. I don't know if he knows what exactly is going on. But, yeah, they're going to call that on Catoosa. You can see the body language there from number 25. And he's clearly upset. It's going to be an automatic first down from the non-verbal white hat. 3:21 left in the third quarter, Matt. We're going to possibly see this entire third quarter end by just 2 possessions and no points.
You know,
quite possibly.
There's one thing I will say, and when I played, I was the biggest trash talker, still am the biggest trash talker. But in a situation like that where you get caught up, shut your mouth and beat the heck out of the guy in front of you. That's all there is to it. Let your actions speak louder than your words.
Especially in a close game when you're winless, you want to make sure that you leave no reason for the refs or any other players to take it out of your hands. The quarterback makes a cut, then goes back outside, and he's going for a touchdown. We've got another flag thrown on Catoosa. Or unsportsmanlike conduct for number 11, who literally just jumps up and belly flops number 6, Hunter Nichols. Hunter Nichols laying on his back, and Catoosa's number 11 just standing up and belly flopping on him repeatedly.
That was getting pretty bad enough that you'll see the coach run onto the field to try to stop it.
It kind of falls out of screen. Nice little judo throw by the undersized defensive back. However, this is a football game. That's 15 yards after the touchdown. And I think at this point, if you're Catoosa, your next offensive drive is probably the most important drive of the game.
Absolutely.
You have to stay in this game. And now that you're down 28-15 with that 15-yard flag, this is something that's really could propel Miami forward with the momentum swing.
I think he's going to warn both. I think he's going to warn both teams right here because they've both been chirpy. And I didn't know the coach could be on the field that long.
Well, if they pass the
Sideline
numbers, yep, and I think that's why, because he passed the numbers. But as a coach, if you pass the numbers, you get a flag. If you make it to the hash marks, you are ejected. So the call will stand, but because the coach ran out past the numbers, They're going to give them a sideline warning. They're going to place this ball at the 1-yard line instead of the 2. I think the coach is mad and wants to send a point that you're not going to do that to his players, and he is going to go for 2.
Yeah, penalties are going to kill Catoosa once again. Just be smart, man. It's not difficult. Shut your mouth and play the game.
Carson Jinks, the senior, back in the backfield. Number 7 takes the snap. He's going to run to his right. Straight up the B gap, in for 2. Now Miami is up 30-15, extending this lead. No longer a one-possession game.
So, to go back, if 52 or 25, whichever one it was, wouldn't have got that unsportsmanlike conduct, it would have been 3rd and 8.
That's correct.
You got to be smart. You got to know what you're at, what you're doing.
We probably see that from Catoosa once a game. They were looking very sharp tonight. They were looking more disciplined. But I think I'm going to go ahead and say the absence of leadership from the locker room. Listen, when a coach doesn't have to coach a team in the locker room, that's when you win games. And right now, I think with this young Catoosa team, they're still struggling to find that guy that they're going to latch onto. They do have guys who will come and make plays when they need it, but they can't sustain that positive environment. And it's not very contagious as it should be. Football is a very contagious sport, and we're not seeing that with the Catoosa Indians tonight. We're going to get a squib kick who's just going to roll to the 20. He's going to take the ball. He makes a man miss, cuts up to the field, and he's going to be down at the 23-yard line. We're going to get another flag thrown. I think we're going to see this game start to get a little dirty.
They're throwing him a lot now. I think there's been more in the last
That's
2
going
minutes.
to be
than the whole
on
game.
Miami. Looks like that might have been a late hit.
Face mask.
Yeah, they're going to walk that up 15 yards.
All right, Catoosa, now's your chance. The penalty went in your favor. The ball's on the 45, 44. Time to go to work.
You're down 15 points. You found some stuff that works. It's not as consistent as you would like, but it has been working. It's gotten you 15 points on the board, potentially 3 touchdowns. And they're going to take a shot downfield. They got a wide receiver open. He catches the pass. He takes it down the sidelines. And we've got a touchdown. Look at Catoosa going wild.
That's Michael Blendowski, your man. Oh, wait. I could be wrong. I think that's number 20. Is that?
It is.
That's number 20. Tanner Casey.
And they did a max protect. Everybody's blocking. He takes a shot. And Matt, I said it in the first quarter, if there were to be a weakness in this Miami defense, this very physical defense, it's the corners, because that is 3 times tonight the receiver's just taken off on a go route. And now, one play after, look, that sideline went nuts. This is the most competitive game that we've seen Catoosa in all year. It is a 30-22 game.
Yeah.
And if you hear that noise, that is the possible 30 people in the Catoosa stands. They are loud. They are loving it. The cheerleaders are spiking pom-poms. The band people are punching the drums with their hands. Coaches are throwing water bottles at the bench. This place is going wild.
It's an absolute madhouse here on the Catoosa sidelines.
We've got kids doing donuts in the parking lot with mopeds.
Where? Is that where you ran your 5K today?
That is, yes. So this stadium's so large, and they only have one entrance. We actually walked almost all the way around before we were told we had to go back to the opposite side to get in, where we had these very nice VIP passes.
I will listen for the viewers at home. Carson's probably one of the smartest people I know when it comes to football. But I have to ask you, why didn't you just follow all of the people walking in?
Well, I got to say, we followed this car, and there's about 30 cars parked in the stands, and they actually walked with us, and they followed us over here.
Well, our producer told you to park in the south end zone.
He did. Instructions were unclear, and I found myself playing dice with the guys living next to the dumpster. Ball is up. It's an onside kick, and it is recovered. So here's the thing with onside kicks. It's the second bounce that gives you the opportunity to recover an onside kick.
Yeah.
But you have to come down from the top, almost like you're throwing, and for those that follow mixed martial arts at home, there's this kick that you can do where it looks like it's going to be a head kick, and you come down almost like on top of the head.
I've seen Chuck Norris do that a time or two.
Anderson Silva was one of the greatest of all times at doing that. Now John Jones, Israel Adesanya do it. But if you come over from the top and you hit the top of that football, it's immediately going to hit right in front of the tee. It's going to take that first bounce, and when it comes down, it's going to shoot up in the air. And that's how you get the opportunity to recover an onside kick. And here we go, speed option, fakes the pitch, now does make the pitch, but Catoosa is flying to the football, and that's going to be a possible two. No, they're going to say it's a no gain. He did manage to stay around the line of scrimmage. What an exciting play.
7 Catoosa players on that tackle. We talked about it at the beginning of the year. We've said it all throughout the year. All of them run to the ball.
And what a great way to stay home. That is what coaches dream of, is having an aggressive linebacker, outside linebacker, that knows when to stay home. Here we go, second long shotgun formation. They're going to run the option, pull the guard and tackle. And a great tackle on the legs. Carson Jeeks does go nowhere.
See, that right there is what I'm talking about. Number 25, who got in trouble for the unnecessary roughness. Let your actions speak. It's okay to celebrate like that after the play.
And you can see here, this is what we call in football, and especially college football, pull the string. If you're a linebacker and you see pulling guards, there's going to be a gap that you shoot. You take the first gap in front of the lineman, the linebacker next to you takes the one behind, and you have to make the quarterback choose. And now we're going to have the defensive line jump off sides right after they headbutted each other.
Now,
this is going to go 5 yards, third and medium.
There's one thing I want to bring up. We talked about it at the beginning. Miami's a 28-point favorite.
Yes, so the Tulsa World, actually every single editor and publisher, I believe there's 11 of them, picked Miami. It was a clean sweep. No one thought Catoosa was going to win this game. They're, I think, a 28, maybe a 27-point underdog. And here they are, 30-22 with less than a minute left in the third quarter, and they're playing their tails off tonight. Here we go. Quarterback's going to take the snap, goes off the side, and he's going to get the first down, goes out of bounds. There is no flags. That outside linebacker just got his wallet stolen. He got mugged.
Wow.
And if I had a pointer, I would say watch the running back who just grabs him from his shoulder pads, and when number 11 for Catoosa goes to turn, the running back pulls him. Number 6, Hunter Nichols, the big physical junior running back for Miami. So we go 1st and 10, ball on the 44-yard line, 38 seconds left to go. I bet we're going to see a quarterback run here, Matt. So I've kind of picked something up. Oh, they're going to take a timeout here for Miami. Little thing that I've caught. They're going to get in this shotgun formation with twins to the right, running back to the quarterback's left, and that tight end to the left. And what they want to do is they're going to pull that guard and tackle. The tight end's going to down block. They're reading that outside linebacker, not the defensive end. They're going to run that read option. I have a feeling they're going to run that play here, but maybe do a tweak and send someone up the seam, Matt.
I can see that. Yeah, you're very knowledgeable in this stuff, and I really just agree with you a lot. But
used to play a lot of Madden in college.
But I think they're going to go to the air this time.
We're definitely going to see something. It's not going to be a punt.
Well, no, it probably won't be a punt being 1st and 10, but
we've seen weird things happen.
You know, I was watching the NFL on Sunday. I think it was the Giants when they beat the
Packers,
in London, yes. And side note, how wild would that be to be like, I'm going to London?
Well,
sorry to say it in British
not so
accent.
fun for the Giants punter. He got left there.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Has some visa issues. I thought that's where you were going.
No, but remember how they took a safety at the end of the game?
I do.
So they could kick the ball off and give him horrible field position?
Yes.
Smart moves. I didn't even think about it.
Here we go. So they're going to flip that formation that I said earlier. They're actually going to bring twins to the left, quarterback to the right. And they're just going to run a quarterback power. Takes a pretty decent shot, but falls forward.
I'm confused.
Things are getting chippy, Matt.
I'm confused on how I can't see if that's number 8 or number 6 for Miami. I think it would be number 6. How is he not getting any calls by just holding and bullying number 11 for Catoosa?
Well, and that's one thing that's dangerous for a running team is running off tackle because it does expose the lead block, which makes it, it does make it easier for a holding penalty to be called. But I'm watching the coach is actually talking to the referee right now, made the hand motion and shook his head. So I think the ref told him if he does it again, they're going to call it because he was talking with some hand gestures and shaking his head, and it almost looked like it was a disagreement with the coach. So we're going to the fourth quarter. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with the Southern Sports Network.
This broadcast of the Southern Sports Network is brought to you by Native Ink, providing custom products from athletic apparel, embroidery, and merchandising. Contact Native Ink at nativeinkpromos.com or at 918-693-1806.
The College of Liberal Arts at Northeastern State University is innovative, engaging, life-changing, empowering. Choose from undergraduate and graduate degrees in the arts and fine arts, languages, criminal justice, social work, and more. Be inspired at Northeastern State University.
And we're back here with the Southern Sports Network on the freshly fertilized field.
And it is a nice night here in Miami, Oklahoma. We are just miles away from the casino. We're in the middle of the NEO campus. How cool is it? A high school stadium's in the middle of a college campus.
I think that's pretty crazy. Hey, and our producer told me before you guys got here as you were running your 5K, this is actually owned by the city.
It is, yes. This stadium is owned by the city. Goes back all the way to when Heisman Trophy winner Steve Owens played here.
Oh,
and he is going nowhere. Loss of a yard, 3rd and long. That Catoosa defense, they have their flaws, but one thing that they have been probably the best that I have seen of any team all season is they run to the football.
Absolutely, all 11 of them.
Oh,
Number 6 for Miami Wardogs.
Took a shot.
Really got to watch himself.
He is getting close. He's a big physical kid, walks on his toes, so he's probably a wrestler. We're going to get shotgun formation. Matt, they brought an extra lineman in and put him at tight end. And that's why. They're wanting to run the football tonight. They're going to hand him the ball. They said, and he breaks the tackle. He's going for it. High steps into the end zone. 36-22, no flags on the field, broke probably 5 tackles.
Man, Hunter Nichols on the carry there.
He shows our cameraman, Jay Hancock, some love. We're going to have to wipe the camera off. Got his fingerprint on it. What a play. Look at that. He turned on the speed when he needed it. He used his... Oh, no, that was just terrible tackling. What was Michael Barnett doing? Listen, you're close to the sidelines, you're putting your shoulder on his hip, and you're trying to take his soul. We got a bad snap. Miami kicker's just going to jump on it.
Hey, that's all right. That works in Catoosa's favor here. All right, Catoosa, now it's your turn to get up, get rowdy, and get wild. Because you drive down the field, you make a touchdown, kick the extra point, or go for 2, squib kick it, get that bounce like you were get that bounce like you were talking about, get the ball back, and march down again. And you got yourself a dub.
Well, you are down 14 points. That's 2 scores. Your offense has looked good. You found a weakness in the defense for Miami. There's still 11 minutes left in the clock. Maybe that third quarter, having that almost 8-minute drive with no points really does come back to bite them now. Not the best thing that you want to see. But I'll tell you this. You don't fall asleep. Catoosa came to play. They want to be in a fist fight tonight because they want that win. A loss tonight, like we said before, eliminates them from the postseason. A win tonight keeps them alive. They do have to win out. They have to win the rest of their games and get a little bit of help. A win tonight for Miami almost all but secures them the fourth playoff spot. They are currently sitting second in the conference right now.
What do you think they're going to do here, Carson? Do you think they're going to go for an onside kick, try to get the ball back and control it?
I think they're going to kick, and they're going to put some athletes back in the secondary, give them a little bit of safety help, and they're going to make Catoosa run the ball against that big defensive line. There's a squib kick, bounces up. Oh, and this could be bad. Catoosa does get it, but there's a lane. He's going to take off, gets a key block, but he's going to be hit by almost everybody, including his own teammates. We got a pinball kick return formation. This not looking good for Catoosa to start this drive off.
We did see them go almost 50 yards, more than 50 yards. Their one play last possession with the big pass to Tanner Casey.
And this team is looking very, very good for the future, talking about Miami, as they only have 9 seniors on this team, Matt.
Wow.
I think only 3 of them start, 3 or 4 of them. So this is going to be a matchup to look forward to in the future, as both these teams are young. Catoosa, the senior quarterback, is going to drop back, throws the wide receiver screen that they've had no success on at all this season. They're going to say he was down, that it is not a fumble.
They lucked out there. I'm pretty sure that was a fumble.
Number 75, Hayden Miller, the sophomore, is running in as number 77. Julio Valenzuela, the senior, runs off the field.
That was very good pronunciation.
I watch a lot of Dora with my daughter.
Makes sense.
Shotgun formation. He's going to take the snap. They're going to run that. Oh, and there it is. The open middle field screen. He makes a cut back. Goes 5 yards backwards to go 7 yards forward. Oh, and the ball's stripped. And the ball's loose. It's kicked out of bounds. There are flags everywhere.
Dirty laundry on the field.
And there's a Miami player who took a shot. And he is crouched over near the 15-yard line, walking slow.
I really think it might have been a shot to the groin area, because he made the fatal move, like, ooh.
And that's number 21, Dominique Humble, the Humble Jr.
That's an ironic last name.
Wears a lot of armbands.
Got to create speed.
If he was in Madden, he'd have an overall rating of 87.
How many horsepower is that?
Probably 5.
The real question is, how many duck power is that?
The real question is, how many boat power is that? Here, the Vikings, they love their ships, and they love plundering from the open seas.
Give me the loot.
As that ball was out of bounds, the refs are going to discuss what they want to call this penalty.
Still waiting.
It looks like this might be offsetting penalties, as neither one of the white hat is walking back. We got one ref talking to the coach, completely ignoring the Catoosa coach, showing no love. We want to take this time to thank all of the first responders and military service members for their service, their hard work, their dedication. We want to thank everybody who is a plumber, electrician, a linesman, a doctor, anything that helps this country continue to run. We want to thank you guys for all of your hard work.
Yes, and thank you for your service, Carson.
And thank you for yours as well, Matt. Would also like to shout out everybody here at this football game tonight. This has been a great atmosphere. Tensions were kind of high when we got here, Matt. They wanted to make sure that we went through all the security protocols because of the scare that they had 2 weeks ago on the road at McLean.
Yeah, that makes sense. And, I am more than willing to go through whatever they need to ensure the safety of these kids. We in high school, we thought, football's everything. For a lot of these kids, this is the last time they'll ever play.
It is.
To think about, not only is there possible situations to get hurt on the field, you don't even think about some of the things that could happen in the stands. So I am more than happy.
And for many kids, this is their way to escape maybe a troubled home life or a non-existent home life. This might be the highlight of their year, the highlight of their week, but we want to make sure the environment stays great, stays positive. So we are happy to see that everything here is looking really good tonight. Shotgun. Duggar takes the snap, rolls back, throws the seam to the tight end who's in wide open field. He's running for it, doesn't know where to go. Hold up by 1 foot, and he is folded like a lawn chair. And he is okay. He's going to get up. Matt, that is a long pass, and it comes right when they need it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he got up because that looked like it hurt.
That is about a 35-yard gain for Catoosa Indians, who have already amassed more offensive yards this game than any other game this season. They've amassed more points tonight than they have in any game this season. They average 7 points per game. Oh, we've got a trick play here. The quarterback takes the snap and had a wide receiver walking down the sidelines. He throws the ball out of bounds. Matt, they thought number 4, Michael Barnett, was standing out of bounds. He was actually in the field of play. He takes the snap. Nobody moves. He takes off running. He throws it out of bounds. That was going to put him on SportsCenter Top 10. Now he's going to get made fun of by Pat McAfee.
Yeah, you know, the trickery is great when it works,
love it.
But it doesn't work.
I love it. That was so, and I had a feeling, that's why I kind of slowed down. I saw him over there walking, had his back turned. But nonetheless, we're going to get the Duggar connection. The senior throwing to the sophomore. Rolls out to the right. Going to move the down mark. This is going to be 3rd and short. This is a huge play. Oh, Matt, you know those coaches are sick. They've got their hands on their heads still. They wanted that trick play to happen.
Absolutely. I wanted that trick play to happen. I wasn't even paying attention to it. I was listening to what you were saying, and then next thing you know, I see Michael Barnett running downfield, and I was like, "What? How are you that offsides that much?" But it's a trick play, and Duggar couldn't connect.
So I was just saying, Catoosa averages 7 points per game. They've already got 22 tonight. They're looking good. Duggar throws one deep, gives a receiver a chance to make the catch, and he drops the ball as the defensive back makes a great play.
I'm surprised there wasn't a penalty there. If we can watch it on the replay here. No, there's no replay. Never mind.
What a play. That receiver had the ball in his hands. As his feet hit the ground, the corner strips it right out. And instead of getting 6 points, they're going to go from 3rd to 4th down here.
All right, this is the biggest play here for Catoosa now.
Matt, I think they're going to do the rollout, and they're going to try to throw the ball to Barnett over there in the flats. They're going to throw the out route, and he's going to catch the football. They're going to rule it a catch. Kept his feet in bounds.
That's a bad spot.
And this is close, but it looks like it's a first down. We might have to have someone come out and measure. The clock is stopped while the refs determine where this ball is spotted.
I think you guys are wasting time by doing this.
Well, the clock's already stopped.
Well,
White Hat's going to ask us to not start it back up, and we're going to get a measure. They're going to come from the Catoosa sideline all the way to the Miami sideline.
Wow, look at the moon over there.
And we've got a cool little blood moon over behind the trees. For those who don't know what a blood moon is, it's just a different colored moon.
It's kind of like a blood color, but not really.
And here we go. We got the sideline.
That's a
first down. Our 9-fingered companion, Jay Hancock, on the sidelines with the camera.
In the action. Give that boy a medal.
He is definitely getting a $5 raise for his performance tonight.
It was that pizza we got to eat. You know, Jay told me, he said, hey, go up there to the 3rd floor before we're done packing up tonight and go steal me another Mountain Dew. And I said, I'll see what I can do.
He drinks more Mountain Dew than anybody I've ever met in my life. And here we go. We're going to get a brand new set of downs on the great play. We're going to fake the play action, and there it is. Wide open, and he just can't bring the pass in just outside of his fingertips. 3 different times on this drive, they've had somebody open, You cannot connect. That pressure just gets there just enough. And listen, if you're a Catoosa fan, you're extremely happy with how aggressive the play calling is tonight by your coaches, and you're extremely proud of the kids. You finally got everybody healthy this year. For the first time all season, your 22 starters from week 1 are the same, but here we are in week 7, and they're fighting their tails off. And here we go. We're going to get the snap. We're going to get the comeback. Who looks like that timing was off.
Yeah,
that receiver was still looking forward, and the ball passes him as he's turning around. And you want to know why, Matt? And I'll tell you why. And this is something that drives me crazy. I see it all the time. These receivers, they have to understand, if you're running a comeback route, you're not selling the vertical. You're selling the post. You take off in the vertical, you give the hesitation with your head, you fake that you turn the hips, you break down as you're faced towards the movement of running a post, and you flip your hips almost instantly, and that way you have from where you're at to the sidelines to make a catch. Here we go, shotgun. He's going to send 2 guys deep, and the ball comes loose. They're going to rule it a fumble, and we're going to see on the replay the quarterback saying his arm was moving forward, and I don't see any of the Catoosa coaches making a plea for it. And here we go on the replay. Does the arm come forward?
Yes,
and it does. Wow, that is, wow.
That is a bad call. Robbed.
And they've got they've got a college jumbotron, and you can see it there too, and the Catoosa fans are not happy. They're pointing at the scoreboard. Well, with 8 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, you're down 36-22.
Don't stop fighting. That's the number one thing.
Is going to run this football. I would be surprised to see him do anything other than the quarterback wrap, power, or the read option. Oh, he takes a hit.
Yeah.
By number 52, state champion wrestler.
Gunnar Wilson.
That's going to be second long.
Davis. 1 yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, it's disappointing to see that, and sadly, being in high school football, you don't get that privilege of having a replay.
Well, they did on this scoreboard here. As you can see, the away stands all stood up and started pointing.
You can, but not by the official.
That's true. We do not have instant replay. New York does not care to call Oklahoma. They probably don't even know we exist.
Yeah, that's
other than the Heisman, they know Oklahoma exists.
Sterling Shepard.
One of the best baseball players I've ever played against.
Really?
A better baseball player than a football player. Sterling Shepard, the wide receiver for the New York Giants.
I didn't know you played baseball. Now, I could call baseball all day long. I could coach baseball all day long. When I was working on the oil rigs back in the day, I was 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, right? Those 2 weeks off, I was either breaking horses or coaching baseball.
I don't know if there's any. I think that's the most American thing that I've heard today. Working the oil rig, talking about baseball, breaking horses at a football game.
You're not wrong, Carson.
With some of the best cologne I've ever smelled in my life. This is amazing.
Oh, can't do that.
Gets back
That's
just
cheating.
in time. Oh, and because the coach tattletaled, no, they're going to call a timeout.
The coach tattletale, he woke that referee up. He's like, my bad, coach. I was sleeping.
All right, so we're going to get the timeout, and it looks like he's just going to let them know to stay safe, don't turn the ball over, and he snitched to the ref. But in the wise words of Tupac, I don't know.
The wise words of Tupac. Yo, may his soul rest in peace.
Biggie.
Alive or dead? Tupac.
Oh, he's
most definitely
dead.
alive. Oh, no, I think he's alive. I don't know what that horn was for, but hey.
And that is going to be the end of the time. Let him know the timeout is run. So you got your 30-second timeouts. And when it's a official timeout, I think it's 45 seconds.
Got to give him time to readjust.
It's a good event here. We've got great atmosphere, great weather, great football. We had kids doing donuts with mopeds, and we've got a wrestling match next to the flagpole. Not as many babies as last week, but that's all right. Cheerleading's having fun. Band members are having fun.
Oh!
And the quarterback is taken off. Great open field tackle. We've got a first down. 6:35 left in the game. Matt, that I'm not going to say put the nail in the coffin because I have seen a 21-point comeback in person before with less than a minute. I have seen it.
Wow.
But that team had a lot of offensive firepower. That was actually a 56-55 win for that team. They were down 21 points with 59 seconds left in the game. Got 2 onside kicks in less than a minute.
Hands team really getting some work in over
Some
there.
work. And here we go. Look, they're going to send everybody right here. Yep. Running back gets it, gets a lane, makes a cut.
Got to protect that ball.
Catoosa is trying to strip the ball.
They're going to keep running this ball down this field. I don't really see them throwing right now. I think they're just going to run this clock down and take their L. Even though it's a win for them, I still feel like it's an L because we predicted it was going to be a lot more ugly than this, and Catoosa came out to play.
Well, they are up 14. They were a 28-point favorite. This game's been close for the entire game. Miami's going to go look down to run this clock and score to just absolutely end it.
That's a false start. Another flag not thrown, imagine that. Another flag not thrown for that. Wow.
They're just going to move the chains.
I know it's hard to find officials, and like we say every game, you know, if there's an opportunity and you want to make some extra money and help out your community, come out and volunteer to be a referee. And maybe, just maybe, be a little bit more awake than these guys.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Just drink some Red Bull.
One of my favorite quotes off Talladega Nights.
Red Bull, sponsored by Southern Sports Network.
Southern Sports Network, Friday Night Showdown, Thursday edition.
Yeah.
They're going to take the snap. They're going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to make a cut up the field to get about 5 yards. The clock almost under 5 minutes now. Fans are starting to get up and move around, get their stuff together. They're going to walk over to their GMC Tahoe. They're going to drive home where they pick out McDonald's on the way. They're going to talk football and they're going to eat snacks. Kids are going to enjoy their 3-day weekend. Mom's going to sit on the couch and watch reruns on Netflix, and Dad's going to go outside and talk football with his friend who lives 4 states away that he hasn't seen in 10 years.
Dang, you predict my life just like that. I got drilled tomorrow, so I don't get to do anything crazy tonight. No Southern Sports Network casino gaming tonight, for I will be in bed by the time I leave here and get home.
We've got an injured player down that does stop the clock. However, he's going to hop right back up because unlike college players that are actually coached to do that, this kid's got integrity.
Integrity.
So this sets up a massive showdown next week where Miami is on the road next week at Wagner. That's a big game. The winner of that game almost all but certainly locks up the number 2 seed, which gives you a first-round home playoff game.
Hey, I will say one thing, not to interrupt you, but to say one thing about Catoosa. You know, the way they play tonight, that's just fertilization all over the place. Maybe if you could use that to grow, you know, use this as fertilizer to grow into the team you want to be.
Very great analogy, Matt. You should have a podcast.
It's called, I do. But it's just me talking to myself on long drives.
All right, well, I can tell you right now, if these offensive linemen had tender profiles, it would start off by saying they enjoy long walks to the line of scrimmage. They have been blocking well tonight, amassing just about 200 yards of offense on the ground by both running back and quarterback. And there it is, pulling the guard and center. Quarterback keeps it. Oh, great tackle by number 4, Michael Barnett.
And another not called holding penalty by the referees.
It's kind of a polar opposite game than what we got to see last week against the Oulagan Mustangs, where it seemed like the entire second half it was nothing but flags being thrown.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And tonight it seems like they're letting these kids play a little bit more. Miami seeing what they can get away with, and to their credit, they haven't been flagged for it, so why stop doing it? It is nice to see that Catoosa was able to find their rhythm for about 3 quarters, playing really good football, the best football they've played all year, and the quarterback's gone, and that is the nail in the coffin by the senior, Carson Jinks, the quarterback from Miami. And that's the dagger.
Yeah, that guy is quick.
3:12 left in the game. There's cheerleaders running with flags that have letters on it. That comes out to MHS.
Oh, I know what that stands for. Miami High School.
5 points for Matt and a gold star.
Yes. That's a lot of points for me tonight. Now,
big win for Miami tonight. This will bring them to 5-2 and keep them in second place in the conference.
We have 3 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game, but I'm going to go ahead and get my player of the game out. Our 9-fingered cameraman, Jay Hancock, with a close-up of the first down. No.
Well, after this game ends, we will do a quick recap of the game. We will do a quick recap of scores around the conference. We will talk about the game next week for Catoosa, and we will show you the play of the game. So when this game ends, don't log out. Stay tuned. We will have some of that set up for you. And here we go. 3:12 left in the fourth quarter. You're down 43-22. You played inspiring football, the best football you've played all year. You're 0-6. Matt, the thing now as a coach is moving forward, keeping your team motivated. You're going to move to 0-7. You're going to be eliminated from playoff contention. They could win 100-0 their next 3 games to finish the year out 3-7 with 3 conference wins, and it's still not enough to put them in the playoffs.
That's disappointing, but like they say, there's always next year, there's always next time. And I'll be excited next year to see how they come out and play. We still got 3 games left for them.
They did have a very tough schedule this year. They've got number one in 4A Cushing still to play. You've got Wagner still to play, who's been a 4A dynasty and powerhouse. They send multiple players to the NFL. They played number 1 Verdigris on the road.
Yeah, that was a fun game to call, even though they I remember that game because Brogan O'Neill came out and played, and the Brogy really showed out that game. Starts the next week, and the freshman really showed, that he's a freshman, and he's young. But like I said earlier, the seeds have been planted, the fertilizer's been thrown down. Hey, water. Not only good for hydration, but water so that you can grow.
Water, the key to life that keeps this fish alive. And here we go, first down, shotgun formation. Duggar takes the snap, throws the screen. He's going to make a cut. He makes a man miss, makes another guy miss, drags somebody with him, goes 20-plus yards, and they're still fighting, Matt. They are not going to take this game down to the wire, but they're going to let you know before they leave they're going to swing for the fences. We've got an official's timeout here.
Injured player.
And there is but he's already making it. Nope, looks like he's got cramps.
See, like I said, water, good for hydration.
Good for hydration, you called it. Matt, I do want to touch up one thing real quick. Talking about Catoosa's schedule, they played up and played Class 5A Tulsa Edison on the road. They played 3A number 1 Verdigris on the road. They played season opener, they hosted Stigler, who was ranked number 6. They're playing Wagner in the future, who's going to be ranked in the top 5. They're playing Cushing, who is just beating everybody by 60 points this year. They're number 1 in 4A. They're in an extremely tough conference. They've had an extremely tough schedule. Season's not gone the way they've wanted it to, but here we go. 3 games left after this one. This is going to be a collision course to an 0-9 versus an 0-9 showdown for the only win of the year between them and Cleveland.
Yeah.
If it doesn't turn around.
I've seen Cleveland play in week 0 against Newcastle. Cleveland did not look that good. I think that that Catoosa will come in there and just obliterate Cleveland. If they play like this, there's no question.
I think a win tonight with Miami will possibly get him in the rankings. Number 4, Michael Barnett snags that ball from out the air.
Oh, no.
And he is down. And he is grabbing his knee. That is not good. We can take a replay of the catch for Barnett. Amazing play. Gets a good inside release. Jumps in the air, snags it. And you can see the leg gets rolled up there. We're going to go to a quick break as they tend to Barnett, and we will be right back.
This broadcast of the Southern Sports Network is brought to you by Native Ink, providing custom products from athletic apparel, embroidery, and merchandising. Contact Native Ink at nativeinkpromos.com or at 918-693-1806.
The College of Liberal Arts at Northeastern State University is innovative, engaging, life-changing, empowering. Choose from under.
And we are back here at the Southern Sports Network Friday edition, Thursday night game. And here we go. Duggar takes a snap, drops back, throws the comeback route, and it is caught. And Matt, if you noticed, he did that there. He ran straight and gave the fake as if he was going to run an inside route, immediately turned around. And the reason you do that, that's actually a basketball move. You get your back turned towards the corner to box him out to where only you can make the catch, and you give yourself approximately 8 1/3 yards from the numbers to the hash. Quarterback rolls out to the right. He's going to take it, rolls out of bounds, stops the clock with 2:11 left in the fourth quarter.
Man, that was Duggar's chance to lower the shoulder and show him what he's got.
I'm shocked, so shocked that he did not try to break that safety's helmet in half. One thing about Duggar, he is a big quarterback, and he absolutely loves contact. We were watching him in the preseason scrimmages dive head first
for
fumbles. He's playing valiantly with a wrist cast on his left wrist, using it to throw stiff arms last week. We've got a center blocking with no helmet. He's going to throw it up in the air, and it's brought down with one hand.
It's no
and
good.
It is no good. No touchdown. Shout out to the cameraman, Jay Hancock, who gets the view. Look at this.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Great effort. Well, it's
the greatest catch we have seen tonight gets outdone 3 quarters later by the greatest catch we have seen that didn't count by the same player. Unbelievable. I can tell you one thing, that we would definitely have submitted that play to the Sports Center Top 10 Twitter page, had that counted as a touchdown. I think we're going to probably find a way to still send it through Facebook. MySpace, WhatsApp, Twitter, something. What a play. Quarterback looks to his left. Oh, takes a shot. And that's going to do it. This game is going to be over. They send a corner blitz. Running back misses him. What a shot. That's going to give Miami the ball with 1:34 left in the game. Catoosa, that's the third drive tonight that they've been inside the 20 that did not result in points, Matt.
That was a great play. That's 2 great plays in a row by them, by both teams on the field. You know, the great catch that didn't count, still a great catch, but the defender coming off the edge and just laying in to Russell Duggar.
What a play.
You know, I bet all the money in the world if Russell Duggar would have lowered his shoulder over here on the edge, that last play wouldn't have happened.
Here we go, shotgun formation. They're going to hand the running hand the ball to the running back who makes a cut. And that's going to be number 6, Hunter Nichols, the junior running back linebacker for the Wardogs.
And timeout Catoosa.
Catoosa takes the timeout. They're going to try to find a way to get the ball back to get one last chance. You know, it's disappointing that the game that you finally came alive is ruined by the same thing that has been hurting you all season.
Penalties
and turnovers. That has been the status quo for Catoosa all year. They averaged 3 fumbles lost a game, which is unheard of. And yet they still managed to keep this game close through midway through the fourth quarter. That had potential, that drive there, to set them up for an onside kick to make the game even closer. If you're Miami, you're excited for a 21-point win, but you're not excited that you let Catoosa set season highs in points and passing yards and rushing yards and you name it. Offensively, Catoosa averaging 7 points per game and less than 50 passing yards per game has came out here and looked like one of the better offensive teams in the conference. We're going to get a flag thrown on the play. The head coach is reminding the ref that he's still invited to the cookout, that he needs to wrap the game over so they can head back. Sporting the pink hoodie. One of my favorite traditions in football is wearing pink for breast cancer awareness, Matt.
Face mask on Catoosa.
Getting the flag. We're going to move that ball forward. And Matt, and another thing too is during the spring you'll see minor league football teams, they will start wearing gold to combat cancer as well. So it's nice to see that
travels into
that drive and that fight and that dedication to win just kind of hovers around football and life. So we're going to get in the victory formation. They're going to let the game clock and the play clock go down. We're probably going to see 2 kneels. And Miami will take the 43-22 victory on a Thursday night. Catoosa will have to think about next week and being eliminated from playoffs on the hour-long bus ride home. But hats off to Catoosa. They came out here and punched Miami in the mouth and let them know they were going to play. This game was close till about 8 minutes left. This was a one-possession game till about 8 minutes left in the quarter. Miami with 2 quick touchdowns and the turnover. Fans are starting to make their way home. Teams are making the 50-yard line. Miami with the victory, 43-22 over the Catoosa Indians. Miami moves to 5-2. Catoosa falls to 0-7. We're going to show you some more scores here with Oologah beating Skytook 56-14 at Skytook. McLean loses to number 1 Cushing 63-8. And Wagner still in the fourth quarter 56-0 against Cleveland. Wagner ranked number 8. And that is going to bring tonight to an end. We are going to go ahead and real quick, Matt, what was the takeaway for Miami winning this football game?
I think it shows that they came out here and they played a dang good game against Catoosa. And I think it shows that they have the chance to win more and more more down the field. I'm sorry, I'm lost.
We're having some side camera difficulties of the concession stand here.
Whoa.
That's showing on our monitor but not yours.
I think, so what I was getting at is they come out here and they can play. Now, granted, Catoosa came out here and hit him in the mouth, right? But I think Jinx for number 7 for Miami here.
Look at that hit.
Heck of a player. Here's your play of the game.
Well, I'll tell you what, my play of the game, I was going to give to that catch. However, he did not bring it in for a touchdown. Man, probably the catch of the year, I would think. But we're going to go ahead and show this play of the game here. Play number 12 of the offense for Catoosa. The double move, takes a shot by the safety, stays on his feet and goes in for the touchdown. And that is your play of the game. So far, the play of the year for the Catoosa Indians. Matt, big test next week. Miami, Wagner, tied for number 2 in the conference, playing for that number 2 spot. Number 8 team in the state looking to move down to number 7. Miami will probably enter the top 10 rankings tonight after this win. That's going to set up a huge showdown between Miami and Wagner.
That's a big game.
It's a big game, very, very big game for both teams. You pretty much have got your standings rounded out. The interesting part is going to now be Catoosa, Cleveland, the race for a win.
The race for a win, and that's gonna,
because one team is not going to get one if they meet at 0-9.
That's going to be a 0-9. Both teams 0-9 going into it's the final game of the season for both teams. Because both teams will not make the playoffs, so that will be the game of who's going to win, who's going to get the one win of the year.
Very true. And as we got our cameraman here, Jay Hancock, I'd like to thank everybody at home for watching. Real quick, we've hit our play of the game.
Yeah.
We've hit some of next week's matchups and some of the scores this week. I think I'm going to go out on a limb and go ahead and say that Cushing is my favorite to win 4A. I think I've got enough confidence in them now, especially beating Wagner in Wagner, which does not happen very often. In the past 20 years, they've got single-digit home losses. They send guys to the NFL. They've got a program there that is unmatched other than the Bixby's, the Unions, and the Jinx. Cushing went in there and beat them 42-0.
I'm going to have to agree with you. I think Cushing's going to win for the 4A right now. Now, we could see later on down the road and make some more predictions on who gets in the playoffs and who doesn't.
Very true. I think that Cushing team reminds me of the old East Centrals, the old Booker T's, the old McAllisters, where they've got enough firepower, they've got enough offense, but are they going to be able to make it all the way through the final dance? That's going to be the key.
That's going to be a deciding factor for them.
So I think tonight was a good night. It was a great night. It was what Miami was wanting after the incident that they had with Tulsa McLean. We won't jump too much into that because we don't want to bring a negative spotlight to the high school football scene here. 43-22 victory for Miami. They're sitting in second place right now. Catoosa falls to 0-7, not looking good.
But Catoosa showed progress. Last week was great. This week was even better. I think they've had more passing yards this week alone than they have, or this game alone, than they have the whole season combined.
That's right. That's right. They look good tonight. They look well polished compared to what they had. The defense, even though they gave up 43 points, they looked like a defense at times, like a good defense. The tackling still got to, clean that up. But I think overall, moving forward, Catoosa is going to be okay for next season. They've got a lot of guys coming back. They are going to lose their quarterback. The freshman just needs some time.
Absolutely.
He's a good athlete. He's a good quarterback. Athlete. He just needs to get some more time. So
there's three things that Catoosa needs to work on. Okay, 1, stop the turnovers.
Yes.
Okay, 2, watch the penalties. And what's the third one? You just covered it. Wrap up. You have to learn to wrap up.
They could have had over 15 tackles for losses tonight. I was keeping track. Had they made every one of them, they would have had 15 tackles for loss. With all the missed tackles, they still had 6. So I think moving forward, go ahead.
Catching the ball.
Well, yes, they got to catch the football. They had a lot of drops tonight. And that dropping a football is contagious. That's one of the contagious parts of football.
Well, just
everybody
like baseball. One ball past you, and then it's just a downhill spiral from there.
So I think tonight was a good night. Thursday night, we got the fall break game. Yeah. We will actually have the week off next week. Won't be covering that.
News to me.
But should Catoosa lose next week, we will have that 0-9 versus 0-9, and I think that's going to be game of the year.
Yeah.
You do not want to go 0-10 as a senior.
Yeah, for sure.
Do not want to go I can tell you right now, when I was in college, my sophomore year, we went 0-11. We had some games that were close, and I think every team we played was ranked. We played in MIAA, which is like the power conference of Division II, and seeing the seniors after losing that last game just completely dejected. I don't want to see that for seniors here.
Yeah.
So I hope both teams do get a win this season. However, life's not fair. That's your lesson to learn. Deal with it. Embrace the suck. You're 0-7. Next week, let's go 1-7. So
Absolutely.
that is going to do it for us tonight. I am Carson Smallwood. I wear sunglasses at night.
I'm Matthew Edwards, and I eat way too much Waffle House.
Way too much Waffle House. And we will see you guys, not next week, but the next week after Catoosa, Cleveland. So thank you guys, and we will see you next time.